tinfoil hat.
Oh, what the guys even talking about?
Global controls will have to be imposed, and a world governing body will be created to enforce them.
Welcome to Tinfoil Hat. We go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Are you ready to get your mind blown?
Revolution will be podcasted.
All right, and welcome to Tinfoil Hat live from the Wise Wolf Gold and Silver Studio. Go to samtripoli.gold, use the promo code Tinfoil, and you too can get in on the precious metals game for as little as $50 a month. Everything is Wild West right now. Dude, precious metals, very stable. Here we go. He is very excited to have this next guest on. His podcast is called 6G Agenda. Please welcome Andrew Clinton. How was that?
It was fucking awesome, dude. I'm very excited to be here, Sam. Hey, it's a pleasure to meet you guys. A long-time listener, big fan. Listen every week, even to this day. So
thank
awesome
you, buddy. I appreciate having you on. I've seen you on the Outside Mind podcast. I've seen your guys' clips. I thought you were great, so I'm very excited to have you on. For those who may not be familiar with you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and where our listeners can find you?
Yeah, I have a podcast with my buddy Justin. It's called 6G Agenda. You can find it on all platforms. We've got a small Patreon. We're kind of just kicking off. Very new to the game with the podcasting, but old game with the research. I've been going hard for some years now. And just kind of finally bringing some shit out, some little different takes to the madness. So
you were just doing it for the love of the game. You were just like, I'm going to learn all this and tell nobody. And then you're like,
pretty much. Yeah, I mean, COVID killed me, man. I just kind of started listening to some, it kind of woke me up, slapped me in the face. I was into kind of the sensationalist conspiracies, like, ancient alien kind of shit. But after COVID, I really started to wake up to more of the deeper, darker aspect of everything. Got pretty dark black pilled by Bill Cooper, right? And after that, I've just been going ever since.
So, was there one conspiracy that you were just like, you did the research and you go, oh my God, it's real?
Man, I kind of think, the Mystery Babylon series that Bill Cooper did. I've kind of done a lot of studies on that, and I think that's just, it's here. I mean, it's what everybody talks about all the time with different names attached to it. It's a rebranding of the same philosophy. I call it Luciferian, Illuminati. I mean, it is still that name holds so true. And it's funny how they made that a kind of cliche thing to say when it kind of hits right on the head with what we're looking at.
I remember the one conspiracy that I did a deep dive into it and I was like, oh my God, it's real. And that was Pizzagate.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I realized that the kid who shot up the pizza parlor, his dad worked for Hillary Clinton and ran a kids film production company out and did a Habitat for Haiti orphans. I was like, oh my God, it's all connected. And then when you find out, because that was, even though nobody knew it, that was the first time we'd heard all the cameras were off. All the traffic cams weren't working that day. Conveniently were turned off. And you're like, oh my God, it's all true, dude. And that's why I lost a lot of friends.
Yeah, dude, they always sacrifice their kids, man. And, it's funny. His kid was an actor and he had that production company, right? And so it's just weird how they always sacrifice their kids.
And that kid had only a week or two before gotten in like a fatal car wreck where he had like killed somebody, I believe. So he was looking at like a pretty long time in jail.
And the guy that shot what is
That's
it?
a kid who shot. He got in a car accident.
No, I
before
think he got. No, but he's dead, right?
No, he
he's
died
dead.
later on.
Yeah, a cop shot him or something like that. Yeah,
Gets out of jail and then a traffic stop. Same thing with the January 6th there. They kind of do that to shut people down, shut people up. I don't know what it is. With that particular case, Charlie Kirk, I feel like is kind of a similar thing. I mean, his dad, worked with Trump. I mean, built Trump Tower as the architect, so there's a lot of weird connections there all the way back then. So,
and then that guy who yelled, "I'm the shooter," and was telling people he's paid to do that. Like 3 days later, it's like, oh, here's some CP charges on you. You're not talking to anybody.
And then what was Erica Kirk owned like something in? She was like,
there's a lot with
adoption.
her.
Yeah,
there's a lot coming out about that. I've been kind of deep diving into that recently. I'm kind of waiting until all the shit comes out to fully kind of re-go into that. Whenever it first came out, I went into the initial symbolism, like the Freemasonic symbolism of the whole thing. There's a lot of symbology within the names that were involved in this, which is kind of weird. Like Charlie means free man and Kirk means church, right? Well, the last man to ask him a question, I think his name was Hunter Kozak, and he changed the subject to shootings. And Hunter Kozak means the hunter, and Kozak means free man. So the hunter of the free man is the last guy to ask. Yeah, right? So you look at the name shit, and then shit starts to get real crazy. So yeah.
And then that kid was rehearsing his reactions.
Right.
So weird.
It's just
and also
weird.
The book too. When you look at the book that came out, it came out the day before. There's a lot of symbology with nines. With that, it came out on 9/9/2025. If you add up 225 is 9 again, so triple nines. And the book that came out was Anastasia J. Casey was the author. Well, I looked everywhere trying to find this book or like author. It's not real. So somebody put a fake book with a fake author. So I look at the name. I'm like, well, what does that mean? Anastasia was a Christian martyr in Orthodox Christianity. J is one of the pillars in Freemasonry, which means he establishes. And then Casey is the brave, vigilant watcher. So when you put that together, that's the martyr establishes a brave, vigilant watcher, right? And then Kash Patel says, I'll see you in Valhalla. We have the watch now. And what are they doing? Hate speech laws, this new surveillance system. They're buying up TikTok, everything with the hate speech. I mean, I don't know, man. It's kind of odd.
So the question becomes that the average person will be like, that's all coincidence.
Right.
But then we have to go like, how deep does it go that everything is like just like, is it a simulation? Is it people moving chess pieces? Like, that's so crazy, dude. All that shit.
It almost has to be, and there's somebody an old school conspiracy guy. I don't know if you've heard of him. He came out with the Killing of the Kings. It was all about JFK. Do you know who I'm talking about? Have you ever heard of him?
Will you look that book up, The Killing of the Kings?
Yeah.
My question is,
Killing of the King ritual.
Did anyone actually get that book that was about the Charlie Kirk assassination? Did anyone actually, were they quick enough to buy the book?
I don't think anybody got it. It had to be fake. I mean, there's a fake author, so who published it? The publication may have been real, though, so maybe somebody used that author name. I don't know.
That's so...
Well, and you see it now even, I mean, AI is generating, entire books about current events, within moments of people just slapping them up on the internet to profit. It's the equivalent of, you remember that, like in the 90s especially, there would be these kind of genre movies. There would be a popular movie, and then you would have like 10 movies that kind of sounded similar to it. Like, if Jaws was a big movie, there'd be like Shark and Shark 2. You know what I mean? Remember that? Yeah. And they do that now with books and stuff through AI. They just profit off of current events and popular culture.
Howard and Andrew Jones?
Is that who?
James Shelby Downard. It just popped in my head.
Was close.
That was close.
Okay. Xavier, you just gave him
real close. So, anyway, James Shelby Downard, he had a whole thing, dude, deep dive on. It was like the 33rd latitude where JFK was shot. It was in front of the first Masonic building in Dallas. He went into all this shit. And the name, like, symbology is why, like, that's where I started with that, because of him and the JFK killing. And so it holds true in the Charlie Kirk shooting. So my point is, how deep does it go? You know?
What do you guys think about the Google research, the Google searches
Oh,
or
that's
whatever?
so crazy. So,
What is this?
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't heard this? So
Oh.
some guy got an idea to see if anybody in Washington was Googling any part of the Charlie Kirk
Oh, yeah, I
assassination.
saw this. Yeah, yeah.
But
This is
it
weird.
goes crazier. So I'm hanging out with Kurt Metzger, and Kurt goes, "Yeah." So I think he was on the Jimmy Dore show. It was his Kurt podcast, and he goes, "So won't you do that with all of these high impact events?" Turns out,
Oh wow.
every one of them, there is a Washington D.C. surge blip for parts of those shootings or those high impact events.
There was a lot of Israel for the Kirk thing too,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah. Like the hospital and the doctor involved all had like Israel.
Yeah, what's the difference between DC and Israel though at this point?
That's an excellent point.
That is so crazy, bro. That is so crazy.
My thing is, does the VPN not cover that, Johnny? Are these people stupid enough not to use a VPN if you're gonna research some shit like that?
VPN absolutely, and you could also VPN it to make it look like it's in Israel. Also, yeah. So it's not, yeah.
Right.
It's
So
not
that
certain.
is a good point. But the dates, can you backdate the URL though? Like, can you
Well,
make it
that's
look
the
like
thing, yeah.
a date that
That's
it's
the
not?
thing. No, I don't think that's
yeah,
possible.
and up until this moment, no one had ever thought about that. No one
Right.
had gone, why don't we go back and see if anyone's Googling Tyler Robinson, who we yet to see live, by the way, like with other people. Meaning every time we
Yeah.
see him, he's in a video walking by himself. He's in Dairy Queen by himself. He's in jail
You're
by
talking
himself.
AI. You're talking AI.
curious.
It's easier to do AI with one person than with multiple people. You're
Because
right.
then you have to fabricate multiple people. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah, you just plug in, hey, give me a blurry surveillance photo of this person, and then give me 3 different ones. You know, it's
Thank you, Sora.
It's not that hard anymore.
And then the Dairy Queen picture, right, with Superman. Next day, his bones were made of steel. I mean, it's so crazy.
Did you hear the theory about his mic magnet maybe having a fragment of a bullet that, like, it blew up, sent a projectile into his neck? So that way it was, I mean, it sounds a little nuts, but also this is like high level shit. So maybe it was because, I've been kind of reading about this Tennessee explosion that happened at this place that makes bombs.
Is that recently
Yeah.
or the one that was like outside
Yeah.
of AT&T?
Recently, it was like
Okay.
last week. 18 people died, and so their website's down because I looked it up to see if they made PETNs, which is these small explosive devices that they used in the pagers to kill those people Israel
Oh,
used. Yeah, so I looked up to see if maybe this place makes them, and the website's down. I couldn't tell, and I was just kind of wondering, with that theory of that microphone, maybe being a little explosive device.
I thought
I don't know.
the
It's
exact same thing. And I was on Adam
possible.
Carolla. I was on Joe Rogan. And I was like, because they were like, that was masterful. That wasn't their word, but they were like, wow, that was like brilliant. I go, watch yourself, dude. Because if they can hit those pagers, they can hit anything. They can turn anything into a bomb.
And then them giving Trump the gold pager. What do you think that was? Was that a intimidation move?
Probably a little bit of that. Probably a little bit of, hey, letting everybody know we did it. I mean, they claimed it, but like we're proud that we did it. And how everybody on the Zionist right was like, yeah, you got to take out these terrorists. I go, it's really crazy that the terrorists are the ones being bombed in their own house, on their own land, in their own country. That's the weirdest terrorist I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that Israel's given over like 90 bodies, all tortured, maimed, amputated, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Speaking of Kurt Metzger, I planned on making a show. I was kind of getting stuff ready. The first episode I did was about Fort Bragg Psyops. And Kurt Metzger talked about this commercial on Joe Rogan. It's called Ghost in the Machine.
Yes.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
Yeah. And so that came out of Fort Bragg, right? And I started looking into Fort Bragg and like what's connected to that. And dude, it went crazy. But pretty much this place has every psyop comes out of this place. whether it's either somebody who went to Fort Bragg, anthrax connects back to Fort Bragg. It's insane. So yeah, I came out with this little thing because of what he said. So Kurt's got some gems.
Yeah, Kurt's an AI. Like like I got the blessings of hanging out with him almost every night or every day in Austin, and it's just you sit there and you just stay in the storm of chaos. And he just is an endless pit of information because that's all he does. He just Googles all day. And it's fun to watch because, Kurt wasn't that guy 3 years ago. Maybe he was, but he didn't talk about it. But Conspiracy Kirk is came out of nowhere about a year and a half ago. At least that's how it appeared to me. Because we would have discussions about this, and he was very there's still things he won't get into, and I go in 2 years you'll be there, which is nukes aren't real and viruses aren't real. If you say viruses aren't real, he just has this freak out. But it's I want to get Dr. Andrew Kaufman on his show, but I need to be there to kind of hold Kurt back so that Andrew can get out what he wants to say, right? So. But yeah, Kurt's really deep into that stuff. And so you bring up Fort, and I want to hear what you have to say, and I'll shut up. But you kind of look at Broward County is like that as well. Everything comes out of Broward County.
Fort Bragg, by the way, about 20 minutes from where I grew up. It's
Is
it North Carolina?
Yeah, it's in Fayetteville. Yeah.
It's massive. I mean, 250 miles wide too.
Oh, really? It's that big of a army base?
The housing military base? It's the biggest military base in the world, if I'm not mistaken.
It's definitely the biggest in America.
Deal. It's and they and they also expanded it, not so long ago with that. What was it called? The Brack bricks or something? I don't know. Well, this project to kind of centralize a lot of stuff there, and they but the housing from that complex goes into all the towns around. People, it's so big that people who work there, that town is not big enough to house all of them. So it's into my town and Raleigh and Chapel Hill and Charlotte. It's massive, dude. Yeah, everybody around there's military too. You go into a Best Buy, it's just all military guys in there.
Wow,
it's huge. It's huge. Yeah. It's
I wouldn't live over there.
Hollywood here. It's like Hollywood here. Everybody's industry. It's like that, but military.
Is it all the billboards all military billboards? I remember when I lived in Vegas, every billboard was a gambling one. And then I moved to LA. I'm like, every billboard is a movie billboard or something like that.
And it's all private industry too that is somehow military affiliated. It's rifle customization stores, where you can just get everything. It's training grounds, a lot of private training grounds around there.
It sounds like San Diego. If you're kind of around San Diego, you'll get a lot of the military people, and you just kind of
it's just bigger.
It just kind of just spreads out everywhere. There's so much.
That's crazy. So, what'd you learn about this base?
Yeah, so it's the main hub for Psyop division, right? So psychological operations. So the first Psyop division was actually started in Kansas, and they moved it to Fort Bragg, I believe, because it became one of the main tactics of combat. And so you have Vietnam War, where they used, the screaming helicopters that drove people crazy, all that shit. That came out of kind of Fort Bragg. And then Michael Aquino.
Screaming helicopters?
Yeah, have you not heard about the
have you guys heard of this?
Frequency screeches that they would send out of helicopters, and it would pierce people's heads and make them crazy? Kind of like the Havana syndrome, but back in the day. Yeah, I don't have deep notes on that now, but yeah,
is this some of the shit to the black helicopter phenomenon? The people that would feel like they were being tormented by black helicopters. Is it related to that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay,
yes. And this was where it was kind of born, was Vietnam. And you had under Michael Aquino, right? Mind War creator, the book Mind War. He was the guy who was the general that was kind of running the command of all these psychological operations in Vietnam. I think that a lot of this shit kind of came back here as far as, domestic terrorist tactics. Like COINTELPRO with Black Panthers, and far right-wing groups in the 90s is what that kind of turned into, COINTELPRO with them.
So you don't think the Black Panthers were organic? You think it was...
Oh, yeah, they were. Yeah, but they infiltrated them, and kind of like the hippie movement with Charles Manson, you go in there, then you around and make shit like, oh, so you could point at them and say that they're, criminals or whatever.
Yeah, or you manipulate the agenda so it starts to move in a different direction,
Exactly.
or you convince them to do something bad, and then everyone's there to pounce on them when that happened with PatCon too. They infiltrated all these like white not when you say white nationalists, everyone thinks racist, but these patriotic movements. Infiltrated.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Far right wing groups they infiltrated later is what they labeled them as, far right wing. But Louis Beam, who you're kind of tapping on that PatCon situation, Louis Beam was the guy who was at Fort Bragg around the time of Timothy McVeigh, and when the Lafayette murders happened on Fort Bragg as well, which is where this black couple was killed by a couple military men. So Louis Beam, he had this concept of a leaderless resistance. And so that is kind of where we get into the Timothy McVeighs and fast forward to now, what kind of brought up the Tesla bomber, where he blew up his truck outside of Trump Tower. You also have New Orleans, the same day where he drove through a crowd.
Yep.
These guys were both Fort Braggers.
What?
Yeah. And of course, the guy who emails all this information that blew himself up in the Tesla truck, he emails it to another Fort Bragger who goes on another Fort Braggers podcast, Sean Ryan. And so to me, I'm like, dude, what is going on? This is crazy.
What?
Yeah, so we got real deep on all that and just kind of, the origins of domestic terror, mind control, anthrax, just OKC bomber. I think he was sheep dipped, where he went into the special ops training and got injured, when in reality they actually groomed him to do, kind of, I don't know what you would call it, but black ops or spec ops in, what he ended up doing.
All right, guys, real quick, I'm going to tell you about our good friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver. Listen, the market is volatile. Money, they're just printing it left and right. I'm just telling you, you're looking at gold, you're looking at silver, it's going up. That's a good thing. Get in on it now because it's going to keep going up, okay? Grab your money, stabilize your money, and that's why I want to tell you about our good friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver. If you're paying attention, you know that de-dollarization is real. Fiat is fake, and you don't want to be left holding the bag when the dollar collapses. Gold and silver has been money through all of recorded history and are an excellent way to protect yourself from inflation and geopolitical turmoil. That's why I trust my friends at Wise Wolf Gold and Silver for all things precious metal. Veteran-owned and an A+ rating by the Better Business Bureau. No transaction is too big or too small, and you can even roll over your 401k or IRA into physical gold and silver. And if you think you can't afford precious metals, think again. With the Wolf Pack monthly membership program, you can get gold and silver delivered directly to your door for as little as $50 a month. Wise Wolf Gold and Silver also deals in and accepts Bitcoin. So go to samtripoli.gold, promo code tinfoil at checkout to receive free constitutional silver. And remember, in the world of bulls and bears, be the wolf. Hey guys, real quick, we're excited that one of our favorite sponsors is back, Raycon, and this message is sponsored by Raycon. It's Raycon's anniversary, and what better way to celebrate them with a deal on the Everyday Earbuds Classic. They're now 20% off, so it's the perfect time to get your hands on these, okay? Reliable, super comfy, and easy to take anywhere. You'll see why they've been a fan favorite since day one.
The Everyday Earbuds Classic are loaded with upgrades, active noise cancellation, multi-point connectivity so you can pair with two devices at once, and an ergonomic fit that actually stays put no matter what you're doing. The new colors are a vibe too, by the way. My favorite is carbon black. I know Sam loves the one with the Dodgers.
Go Dodgers!
It's cool because it's not the same earbuds that everybody else has. It's something that matches kind of your style. You can match it with your wardrobe or your favorite team, like Sam does. Everyday features that live up to the name include quick charging. 10 minutes can get you 90 minutes of listening time. You can get up to 32 hours of battery life with the case included. And there's something called awareness mode. That's perfect for when you're walking your dog or running errands. I use it to stay tuned into what's happening around me without missing a beat. Plus, over 3 million custom customers already love Raycons, and they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. So if you don't love them, returns are easy. You got nothing to lose.
Dude, they're the best. How can you not love them? They're the best for playing poker, going to the gym, listening to podcasts. Number one, baby.
Number one.
The number one headphones.
Dude, XG wouldn't shut up about him. He just kept going. I'm like, dude, we got to do a show. But you're like, I love them, dog. They're like, they make me feel alive, dog.
Dude, that sound does make you feel alive. You put a good song on, you're back alive.
And they got Dodger colors, so you know they get it. So if you two want to get the best earbuds you could possibly get on the market, do this. Go to buyraycon.com/tinfoil to get 20% off the everyday earbuds classic, and we thank them for sponsoring the show. What are your thoughts on that? There's an FBI agent that looks exactly like Timothy McVeigh, and if you go through and they, you know, where they take the picture, they put his ear on his top of his ear, it matches up. They put the noses and the eyes, and it matches up. Like, and then you go through all the inconsistencies of the OKC bombing and all the inconsistencies of his death. Like, nobody got to watch the execution. Nobody knows where he's buried. Nobody, they might know where he's buried, but they don't know what Hertz took him out. Like 5 Hertzes took him out. Nobody knew which one was the real one. All this crazy stuff what makes you go, what really happened during that execution? Was he really put to death, or was he just finally let out of his assignment? And then I also get into this thing where I start going, what's really happening at this super max Colorado prison? Like, is it what we think it is? Are these guys really hidden from everybody? Or are they kind of taken there and then they take somewhere else? They live life. When they need them, they bring them back in. They do prison interviews and then they go live the rest of their life. Like, I know that seems like a lot, Johnny, but okay, I mean, everyone they send their...
No, I mean, whenever you look at underground tunnels that all lead to military bases, and then, you know, the biggest one being in Colorado, right, where you're talking about this max prison. I mean, it's not that crazy when you think about the sheep dip concept, if this guy did perform a deed, because you got to remember that the building that they blew up had files on
the Clintons.
Sam. Yes. And it was Whitewater. And so they had all the Whitewater files there, and then that goes away. And then after that, he, you know, completes his mission. He gets arrested 77 minutes later, which is that very Saturnalian numerological number. And I think that it's very possible that after that he led a life of
wouldn't that be weird if you went through all that and then they're like, okay, show up to your job. You're like, I got to work.
Yeah, see, I would have.
Isn't that kind of like, I do this, you leave me alone with a ton of money, and I go,
I still have to pay taxes?
Yeah,
what the?
I still have to pay taxes. What if you're late on your taxes? You're like, come on, dude, I ran that Psyop for you.
What are you going to do?
Can I get a little break here? Like, can I not pay taxes?
That's the reason I don't think they would let them just walk around, because they're too much of a liability.
Yeah, but you got to understand something. Like, these guys are all, like, they don't get to that position unless they absolutely know their psychological makeup, which is, I ain't going to say shit. I'm going to I'm going to do as I'm told. I don't care. I'm also crazy enough not to care, or I'm so brainwashed MK Ultra that I don't really care if I killed a bunch of people. And then I can compartmentalize that and just go on with my life.
See, I mean, an example of that has to be the guy from the Charlie Kirk thing. Someone that doesn't give a about his life. What if they would have shot him right then and there? He kept saying, shoot me. How do you know a cop just doesn't shoot him?
Well, they probably wish they had.
Yeah, now they're like,
yeah, I bet.
Yeah, it'd make it a lot easier just to blame him for it. But that's what I mean. Like, you have to be that crazy. Imagine how crazy you have to be like...
Yeah, but let's say they do kill George Zinn, right? How does that help their narrative?
No, it doesn't.
Which is, we want complete and utter societal chaos. Now, if you blame it on trans furries,
yeah,
now you have the left and the right. If you have a George Zinn who is dual citizenship with Israel and is at every major psyop that's happened in like the last 20 years, Boston bombing, 9/11, there was another one that...
Collect all 5.
collect all five. He's just getting his card punched. He's like, one more psyop, and
So was the child porn being used on him then, or did they plant it after this one to keep his mouth shut?
That's a great question. Like, what?
That's what I kind of wonder. Like, chicken or the egg with that. Like, was he already being blackmailed, or did they just plant it on him?
Oh yeah, and then they're like, once he does what we need, we can get rid of him and then we'll send him to prison, and everyone will kill him there. So we won't have to worry about it.
I think he was already in it, and that's how they keep you. That's how they make you do things, and then when you don't succeed, that's how they throw you down. Didn't succeed. I mean, I don't know.
When he totally succeeded.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think he was supposed to be talking all that shit after.
Yeah, I don't know what succeed means to them, but that's when they're like, oh, just pull the.
We got to get this guy
card.
to stop doing interviews right quick.
I mean, there's so many that have came out about him saying he went to like the Reagan inauguration. He went to, and a lot of Republican.
Oh yeah, he did talk about that.
All Zionists, yeah, and like George H.W. So it's real sus. And
the same thing happened with the second Trump assassin, who just tried to kill himself in the middle, tried to jab a pen into his throat. He gets busted, and as soon as, within a week of that, his kid gets busted with CP. You had the Vegas shooter, his brother, and there's all this craziness with his brother. His brother has the shirt on of a theater company, and people start doing research into that theater company, and that theater company that the brother of the shooter was wearing had a PR agent that was also representing the Pulse nightclub. Where the shooting happened, and there were other weird, high impact events she was associated with.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I mean, it goes deep, dude. I mean, with the FBI, they've got a lot. I did a Jesper series. It was Global Elite Satanic Pedophile Ring. I didn't want to spell that out, and so I just called it Jesper, but. We got deep into like the Finder's Cult. Obviously, the FBI has deep relations with that. And then the Dutroux case, Chateau d'Amour, the castle. I think those two were connected deeply. But what I saw was that, the FBI, I wonder if they're doing this thing that Israel does where, Israel likes to say that they're bombing their hospitals when in reality they're bombing the hospitals.
Yeah.
I wonder if the FBI is just doing that with child. They're like, well, we got all this. We got to use it. You know what I mean? I mean, because that there's a thing that came out where I think they said like a large amount of FBI agents had child personal computers.
Well, there's a very famous Pentagon story that Anderson Cooper did a story on where they found like thousands and thousands of agents at the Pentagon were busted with kitty computer.
Yep. It's odd, man, but it seems to be in their culture as far as like not everybody's culture in the military, but I just mean in their culture as far as when you get high up enough, I'm telling you, they're teaching them this mystery Babylon kind of style of thinking is pretty permeates kind of through everything. I think the Pentagon is a Pentagon for that reason. I think that like Michael Aquino, his influence on the military was very deep, and so I don't know. I mean. Kind of gets wild with that.
We're all about the wild here, dude. We're like that's what we want to talk about. But it is all real. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'll shut up. But it's definitely nothing is real.
Yeah,
everything's fake and gay, literally fake and gay. I mean, I'm not even kidding. So it's like they position these people. And they just find out who's into weird shit, and they just position them in a place where they can pull the trigger. They can get them to do whatever they want, and then if they start to get out of control, like the Vegas shooter was, he's starting to sue casinos. And when you have that job, your job is to be a ghost. You're a shadow. They're not supposed to know who you are. You're not supposed to make any kind of ripples. And he starts doing that. And then they're like, okay, we're going to set you up. We're going to shoot up this country music festival to send us for a bunch of reasons. One is to send a message that you're never safe, no matter how much security there is. Gun laws. They want to bring in more security in the casinos. So it's all astroturfed chaos.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the map of all the different calls that night around the Vegas shooter, right?
Oh yeah,
There's
there were shootings
I mean,
everywhere.
they do that shit. I mean, 9/11, they had a what was it, like a training scenario for a high impact event? So they happen to have all this medical equipment right next to the Twin Tower. I mean, yeah, it is astroturfing, 100%. You know.
But what were you going to say about? You were gonna say something before I jumped in.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I was just gonna segue into the Mystery Babylon thing because that is kind of a outlandish concept. If you just name drop just that, it really has no context. So I could kind of lay down some of that. I think it permeates everything into today. And you probably know 50% of this, so it's not going to be that.
No, that's fine.
Too new.
That's fine. My whole theory, and because I want to hear yours, is that there are disciplines and beliefs that are much older and way above the Abrahamic religions.
Yes, sir.
And
definitely,
when you start going, this Abrahamic religion's doing it, or that Abrahamic religion's doing that, in reality, it's like people above that are pulling strings and manipulating puppets, and they're just getting all, and it's way above it. Even with Epstein, you see all this Babylonian symbolism like everywhere that lets you really know, because if they go, hey man, we're into Satanism, everyone would freak the out. But if you go, oh, I'm a Catholic, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, people don't have a weird reaction to that. But if your actions are that, that's where things get weird. So why don't you get into it?
No, 100%. Yeah, I agree. Whenever, there was a period of time, you had some, I'll just segue into this real quick. There was a period of time whenever you had some guests on where I was almost blackpilled off your show for a minute because I was like, dude, these people are all on here trying to silo people that want to figure out the truth into exactly what these elites worship without
Interesting.
Yeah, like the new age religion, this idea of being in a prison planet. I mean, this is what these guys believe in. But what does that mean? The context behind it, I'll lay that out for you. But yeah, there was a period of time where I kind of got, I was like, what the but yeah, so
all that stuff like the demiurge, all that stuff you think is a psyop.
No. It is real, but it's the way that they're selling. It's a very maniacal way. You'll see what I mean. Okay. Whenever I lay the context out, you'll see what I mean.
Okay, let's go.
So the concept of secret societies, going back to Babylon that you were just talking about, the Brotherhood of the Snake would be kind of the first one that we kind of know of, which makes sense when you think about the Garden of Eden, right? And they worship a Luciferian religion where they believe that one can purify the soul through perfection of intellect, kind of like alchemy. Alchemy is not really the transition of metals. It's your soul, the philosopher's stone. It sounds great, but as you get into it, you realize like this is me becoming God, and this is me rejecting the creator. And so I'll kind of lay that out for you here. But they call themselves Freemasons now, Rosicrucians, but also they work their way globally through CFR, Bilderberg, Trilateral Commission, NATO, these kind of global entities. At the executive level of all these kind of global systems is somebody who's initiated, whether it's the Skull and Bones, whatever. They're definitely involved in one of these societies. If it has initiation rites, then you're involved in this Luciferian cult. All right, so they believe most humans don't have the capacity to use their knowledge, and that those that don't use their knowledge are beasts of burden, useful eaters, and led to slaughter by choice. This is what Freemasons say very openly. They call people the profane, and they're the adept. And they believe they have ownership over anybody who does have intellect that they use. So they believe that they hold the true secrets, and that only some can understand those secrets. And the ones who do understand them are pretty much owned by them because that's just how they look at it.
So if you don't understand, they don't want you. And if you do understand, then they control you.
Exactly. That's what we're getting at. So Mystery Babylon, what is it? It's about manipulation of the mind and conditioning of the mind to program somebody. What is MK Ultra? It is the modern version of that, right? Where you have this occult CIA that's been infiltrated by the Nazis after Paperclip. And what do? They start doing MK Ultra, studying the mind, figuring out how we can merge man with machine. And that'll all make sense in a minute because I think it is what you say. It's digital they're digital. You say it, the digital black magic shit, because that's what it is. You know, they're. You say it all the time. I'm just trying to remember.
Is it just blackmail? Is that what you're talking about?
No, black magic. Like they're. You say it all the time. Like they're taking black mysticism. Hardwiring mysticism.
There we go. Now I know what I say. Yeah, dude.
And they really are. I mean, you're 100% right on that. From what I could tell, dude, it's crazy.
I thank you for that. I remember when I said that in Rogan, and he just kind of stared at me, and I'm like, I'm just how he gets it though, but. It's one.
He's playing a game, dude. He does it so well. I feel like. I mean, I don't know the guy, but I just feel like he knows a lot more. You know, he plays.
But people don't also understand that he's really good at getting out knowledge that he knows that he will cause some chaos. So he'll bring somebody on, say it, and then push back. Like he's like, "How? Oh, come on, man!" But it's out.
Yeah.
Eddie Bravo, man. Flat Earth. Regardless of whatever you think about Flat Earth. Flat Earth is everywhere because Joe Rogan allowed Eddie Bravo to talk about it for 8 years on the podcast. Yeah, so I'm totally down with that. I mean, when I say that we are living in a literal Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, the Avengers, like that, I'm being dead serious. It's just not as obvious.
Yeah. No, yeah, it is once you start to really look at what they're doing for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, like fire. If you start to read what they're into, then shit starts to make sense. Like fire, for instance, they worship the pentagram, the 5-pointed star. That's for the 5 elements, right? Fire is like the one that they hold the most high. Well, if you take fire and transmuted it like a metal from lead to gold and made it purified, what would it be? It would be electricity, right? And what are they doing with electricity? You know, they're taking it, they're harnessing it, and they're using it to merge man with machine. What does Zeus hold? He holds a lightning bolt, right? And that's, Nimrod to them, which, again, back to the Babylonian worship. So,
wow. So you're saying Zeus and Nimrod are the same thing?
Yes. Whenever you look, I mean, some say, Neptune, Zeus, Nimrod. I mean, people go back and forth with the water god of the fish and Zeus, but they are the same. It's just different pantheons. They rebranded a little bit differently, like they're doing today with Ancient Aliens, I think.
I totally agree. They're all talking about the same thing. They're just using different words to describe it and different names to describe it. It's all the same thing. It's the same story told over and over again. And we talk about it on the show here. It's like when they get into how the same story's told 80 different times in 80 different religions, they try to act like that's a sign it's not real. I go, that is an indication it's real. They're just telling you in their own words with their own names, but it's the exact same story.
Mm-hmm. And then, exactly. And their core main belief is that man was held prisoner in the Garden of Eden and that they were saved by the snake when he gifted them with knowledge. This would be the Prometheus. Remember Prometheus? He gets in trouble because he brings fire to man. That's the same thing. Lucifer, Satan, that's who we're talking about. Ye can surely become gods if you eat from this fruit of the forbidden tree of knowledge, right? That's the first lie. And this lie holds up today because you see it taking over via the New Age movement, right? Like transhumanism, eugenics, this idea of kind of living forever by, plugging yourself into a machine, which sounds a little outlandish until you kind of start to look at, again, the way that this technology really does match, like on a cellular level, our bodies.
That is so crazy.
So like the Gnostic prison planet idea, right? It's a big part of this as far as... So I think that maybe there was a prison planet aspect. Maybe we did get made by the Elohim, but God created everything and then they made this material realm. But I do think that the Jesus story is real as far as he made a path for us to get out of here, right?
Yes.
And I think that they're trying to make a new prison planet. This one a digital matrix, right? Where we don't get out. We lose our everlasting soul via plugging it in to this digital matrix, essentially.
By living forever, maybe?
by selling that you'll live forever, but then you'll never, I mean, they end reincarnation, they end everything. You'll just be stuck in this digital realm like you're done. There's no endless soul of everlasting life, if that's real, right? And so I think that this would shut that off.
That is crazy, dude.
I mean, think about it. The ultimate rebellion to God by the fallen angels and their worshippers would be to create a digital replica of what God created, and then having man reject God's creation and choose that one over it.
Yeah, 100%, dude. And then it started way before the Palantir shit and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
The Federal Reserve has been funding the false reality that we believe is our reality. Every time
the BIS that you always mention, the Bank International Settlements.
Oh yeah, I sat down with Mel K. She came and saw me do stand up, and I'm like, okay, I gotta take out all the jokes. She's like, I don't care. I'm half Italian. I don't give a shit. And she goes,
hey, my mom's side's all go hard on Israel and Zionism. So
yeah, I mean, a lot of them do. A lot of them do, and you gotta understand. We're like 2 years into this, where this is now something that can openly be talked about. And, I'll tell you this. I'll go on the road. I'll do a joke. Everyone laughs. I do a black joke. Everyone gets quiet. So, 100%.
Bill Cooper said the conspiracy is racist and that they look at, the useless eaters more than anybody is like black, Hispanics, people like that. And I think that they program them the most and they get them to believe that everybody's against them the most it silos them away from everybody and keeps us from uniting. And, it's sick.
Well, I'm seeing it turn. I think people are waking up. I do think something's going on with the internet. I don't know if, Johnny, were you saying this the other day to me? That you think something's going on with the internet? Because I know I've been saying that for the last couple of weeks. Like, something's going on with the internet. It's not functioning.
Like technically, like it's not working.
Yeah, technically, it's like glitching. Like,
oh yeah, it is.
Weird things.
Do you think it's
happening.
the 3-eye atlas? That 3-eye atlas shit? Do you think it has anything to do with that?
Yeah, steroid.
I mean, I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Right, the asteroid.
I'm not going to believe that thing until it's right in front of my face, trying to probe me.
That Avi Loeb dude just keeps talking about it, and that dude's plugged in with the Mossad. So I don't know what he's trying to say when he says take your vacations before the 28th of October, because after that, I don't think he's like after that, I don't think money's gonna matter. The f does that mean?
Yeah, it's funny though. Kurt was talking about that, and he was like, "That's the reason to doubt all this is legit because of his connections to Mossad and how."
Exactly, I agree with that.
I mean, they have to be like, how are we going to get this Project Bluebeam going when nobody cares? Like, literally nobody cares. Like, high impact events like a Vegas shooting or a Charlie Kirk assassination in America, like, we pause and then we just go right back. But we all don't pause. Like, Instagram models do not care. They are still butt ass up, face down pictures. They don't care. So they gotta be going, how are we gonna get everybody the freak out? If we only get 10% of the population, it's not gonna work. We have to get a majority of the people to freak out on this. And
food shortages and war, I think, would do it.
Hey guys, real quick, I'll tell you about our good friends at True Classic. I wear True Classic everywhere I go, okay? It's the best. It's Halloween. You're out with your girlfriend. She's dressed super hot and conservative like Johnny likes it, okay? Just super conservative, nothing degrading, just nothing but love. And then some dude dressed up like the skeletons from the Cobra Kai comes up and hits on your chick. What do? Full action, Jackson. Roundhouse kick to the head in pants that let you do that. We're talking about nice street gear that you could wear to a wedding, wear to the boardroom, wear wherever you want, and you could also protect your conservatively hot girlfriend. Some might get froggy, and you gotta just go Born Identity on these guys. And there's no better clothing to go Born Identity on some dude that's disrespecting your very, very sexy dressed girlfriend on Halloween. And just go to the website, dude. Look at this, dude. You don't even need a costume on Halloween because you'll be looking so good they won't even recognize that you don't have a costume on. They're going to be like, you're so good looking. You're so manly. We love it so much. And dude, those are stretchy. Those are limber. You could do it. Look at those fleeces, dude. You don't think you look hot in those fleeces as a guy? You wouldn't be like, damn, dude, why did I dress up like Doctor Who? You're dressed up like, what? That's hot. That's what it is. And that's what True Classic's all about. Looking good at low, low prices. Hey, I just went for a Halloween party. Then I went to the board meeting. Don't ask me why I'm still up. That's none of your business, okay? I'm just being me right now. And what being me means? Looking good. And there's no place to look good and look better than True Classic. I'm telling you, it's the gentleman's gear. You want to be a G? True Classic's the way to go, okay? And that's why we need you to do this, okay? You need to forget about overpriced brands. Forget about. Skip the cheap throwaway stuff. True Classic is built for comfort, built to last, and built to give back, okay? You can find them on Amazon. You can find them on Target. You can find them on Costco. You can find them at Sam's Club. Or you can head over to True Classic /
Tinfoil
to try them out for yourself. And we absolutely 100% love True Classic. We don't just talk it, we walk it, and we thank them for sponsoring the show. Well, you know, who just texted me? Oh, Jeffrey Wilson from the Conspiracy Farm. He was like, man, they're cutting off these EBT cards.
Are they?
Yeah, they're starting to cut it down, dude. And that's when people are going to start freaking out.
No. You know how people were saying it was going to be like a civil war that right after Charlie died? And I just heard this one guy says, like, no one gives a till you can't get food. There will be no civil war till literally you go to 7-Eleven or and you can't feed your kids. That's when civil war. Other than that, we're too comfortable. TV's on. Netflix is on.
You're totally right.
Other than that, we're never going to go to civil war.
It also matters which side, too, right? Because it's the right wing is not the one. They're not going to start the...
No, the right wing won't start until it shows up at their doorstep.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they work on themselves.
Yeah, and right now, I mean, they're guys running shit, and unfortunately, I feel like he's definitely furthering it. I mean, with the Argentina food shit, I mean, the more food we import and the less farmers we have, the more be like, remember COVID when we couldn't get any medicine? So, I mean, it only takes one scenario where shit's locked down and we only have so much reserve, and then we're essentially a seized land. And so, you know,
although we got through COVID and all the crazy shit that happened there, you know what I mean? It'd have to get worse than that.
No, I think that's what 100%. I've said this. As long as you have fat homeless people with iPads, you're never going to have a revolution.
We'll put up with a lot of shit in this country.
Right? And as long as you got, again, like you said, Netflix, free drugs everywhere, weed shops everywhere. Like, you know, we look at weed like it's the hippie shit.
No.
And Trump was the one that was sending out checks, too. I mean, he loved sending. Remember how happy he was to send out those checks with his name on them?
He signed all of them.
And he loved bragging about that. He was like, hey, you got money from me. You like me now. So, I mean... I doubt he's going to be the one to cut off the teeth. And if he does, it'll be replaced with something because they don't want that.
Like, I don't want to get too dark in it, but every major country has had a calamity of epic proportions. Now, remember that Deagle report? You know, when it was said, like, in 2025, what the population of the United States was going to be, and they made him take it down. He had said a lot of outrageous shit, so nobody took it that serious. But if you look at Russia, China, Germany, the other powerhouses, they've all had an insane, like, population event.
And Larry Fink just said, like, last week, he was like, there's just a video I saw of him going around where he said, the countries that are going to do the best are the ones with a population that's dropping. So I don't know what the supposed to mean.
Yeah, what does that mean?
It's crazy to say. They're saying this shit out loud. I mean, the CEO of Pfizer is talking about how these new digital pills that activate in your stomach, you know, they're gonna imagine the compliance is what he said. I'm like, what the does that mean?
Imagine the compliance? He said that? Wow.
Yes, dude. I'm telling you, the things they're saying right now are just so odd. The guy who runs the Bank of International Settlements that looks like a bowling ball, was just talking about how they're gonna make money a privilege, essentially, where they could like turn it off or something along those lines.
Oh yeah, the digital.
So,
when they go digital, it's over.
and so that kind of leads into this idea of, again, the hardwiring of mysticism. So the blockchain matches the structure of DNA. I don't know if you guys knew that.
What?
Yeah, so blockchain operates as a decentralized network, right? Similar to how DNA is replicated in cells, where multiple identical copies will exist. So they're trying to make it, we're going to get into it, dude. It's crazy. DNA has a vast capacity for data storage and making it a potential solution for blockchain technology, which can store vast amounts of genomic data securely. This is like, you can find links to this in their studies. They're making it compatible with our body. So it can adapt and grow, exhibiting properties of life, blockchain can, which is analogous to how DNA functions in biological systems.
Oh my God, dude. It's
Who came in here and said that the Jeffrey Epstein's files or something were inside his DNA or something like that?
No, that,
Yeah. I heard that.
Richard Wilsett, I believe, is it Wilsett? He came on here and talked about that. And it's crazy because Joe Rogan just had that guy on again. Remember, because that's the dire wolf guy.
Yeah. And he could turn, where he took code, put it into DNA, or took code of DNA, turned it into put it on a flash drive or some shit, and then was able to mess with it.
Oh yeah, there was a big
insane.
story this week too about how they can use nanotech to possibly stop and cure certain kinds of cancer. Like this, they did it in mice, like totally reversing cancer with nanoparticles in your bloodstream, which is like,
The
That's
new
how they're
Tucker
going to get
Carlson.
you too.
Yeah.
Hey man, you don't want cancer? Here's some nanobots.
Yeah, I mean,
wait up. You take the cancer?
No,
you take these
get
nanobots
all-
and then
let's say 10 years from now they hit you with, hey Sam, you have some type of cancer, and they hit you with it's been proven nanobots.
No, yeah, it's an offer you can't refuse. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Exactly, you take it, right? Even if there was
if you believe them and you want to live.
But I know.
This is a part of Operation Stargate. This isn't 10 years. I mean, RFK just said we're going to shut down mRNA so we can put more money into customizable vaccines, which is mRNA technology. It's exactly what you're talking about. It just customizes itself to your genome once it's inside of you, because it's like AI nanotech that
And it's
just
programmable.
changes itself. Yeah.
So crazy.
So we're never
Very
dying.
crazy.
So we're never dying. is what
or,
I hear.
or we're never living.
Or we're
And they could target bloodlines, dude. I mean, no, think about it. This is not like when you think of the nefarious side of it, what does that do? Like whenever you listen to the new Tucker Carlson episode with that guy who was like a bio-war part of the Department of Defense, like this guy had security clearances, and he's talking about how we have made single cell life out of silicon that can self-replicate itself. And what that means is you can send that into an object and it can make acid that melts through metal and destroys something, and you can send that same thing into a body and it can customize itself to only kill a bloodline.
Dude,
so
it's
essentially like a viral air pathogen that will only attack certain people.
It's
like,
the plot of the last Bond movie. That's the whole plot of the last
Holy
Bond
shit.
movie. Yeah, it was a program.
I didn't see it, but
Yeah,
wow,
it was programmed just to kill a certain DNA, like people of a certain family.
Well, they've been talking about Israel's been working on that forever.
It's here, dude.
Oh, they would love that
I
one,
mean,
man.
Unit 8200, big venture capitalist arm in Israel. Like they were about to go out of, the whole country was going to go bankrupt. And they took $100 million and they pumped it into this Unit 8200. And they created all this tech we see today. A lot of the Silicon Valley tech comes from there. And, Kash Patel's girlfriend, she's a part of Unit 8200.
What?
Yeah, it's a very, it's f***ed up. It's the biggest venture capital arm in the world, and it pretty much only makes what we're talking about. Technology that can, encode itself into your body, and it's insane, really. It's anti-human.
Holy shit, dude.
What I was gonna say is,
So let's get into, go ahead, please.
No,
Sorry.
go ahead. I was just gonna say, when you talk chemtrails, I was thinking about there was like everyone always says, well, how do you know, or why is it not targeting the elite, or how do elite not get? Because if you could do that, you can literally be like, how about you don't target the Rothschilds?
Right.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, RFK just said that COVID, in an imbalanced way, attacked black people and not Ashkenazi mean, he said that years ago, and everybody said it was not true, but there was real studies that the same guy that was on Tucker Carlson said that he saw those studies and that was a real thing, that COVID was attacking certain races more than others. I think it could have been a test for this technology. Who knows?
No, I told that's the whole thing about 23andMe. There was this whole deep conspiracy that they were trying to find the actual bloodlines of Jesus. That they you might be the son of Jesus Christ, or
is it the Nephilim?
That could be it too, dude.
What do they do when
dude, the guy you just brought up with the dire wolves, bro? What if he's bringing the? I have a theory that like that technology could be used if they find the Nephilim DNA. They could bring that shit back, dude.
Oh God!
What do they do when they find out that you're it? Let's say you turn yours in, Sam, and come up with a little bit.
I told
of
my
Jesus.
brother to go get it done because he's a guinea pig. Go get it done.
Oh, so you can get the information.
That's awesome.
You should get it for him for Christmas, the little kid.
Yeah, here's a 23andMe kit. Yay!
Well, it's funny, you say that because I did look up if like people in Israel could get DNA tests, and they can't unless it's certain things. They can't just check what their genealogical, what their past ancestry looks like. But it's funny because all the companies that do that are owned by Israel in a weird way. So it's like, man, you guys won't let your own people use it, but you want to know everybody else's past ancestry history. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, because a bunch of them are going to find out they're not native to that land. And the whole facade is to believe that that's their land. When you want to talk about useful idiots, that's what that whole country is. Let's put some people there, weaponize them so they slowly, like a parasite, destroy the host and take over the land.
Yep.
And it's not even religious, dude. It's all about controlling that fucking trade route. That's what the Khazarians did forever. And I can hear Adam Green going nuts right now because he doesn't believe in Khazarians or the connection to Israel. I'm not quite sure what exactly it is, but
yeah, I don't think Kurt does either. He's big on that. He was.
I mean, the whole conspiracy ties to Anglo-American, Eastern European bloodlines. The Rothschilds. You're looking at the Germanic, Eastern Russian kind of area, like this. Yeah, Khazaria. That is 100% a part of it.
I mean, but it's also it's like crazy because you say, "Oh, none of that's real." And then you look at the Ukraine, and that was Khazaria. And now you're starting to see, Zionists start to colonize the Ukraine. And then you get into you get into Putin's family lineage. He's and we had a guy, no, he's Russian Orthodox. His family history is so now you have a guy fighting a guy and killing 1 million Christians.
Yeah, exactly. That's really the war of exactly. And it's funny because he flew to Alaska, and if you look, I don't know if you can find it now in the video, he had 20 or 15 fighter jets and different planes. But if you look at how they were organized, it was organized in the Kabbalah tree.
What are you saying, dude?
Dude, yeah, he flies to Alaska, and the way that the formation of the plane, yes, where it had 2 and a 4, and then it went down, and then like this, and then went down. It was crazy. It was 100% the Kabbalah tree. And I was like, these they think that it's so clear when you start to look deep into their shit. You see that they just put it everywhere. It's not like they're hiding anything.
Bro, Johnny, what's that face look like?
I'm just trying to look it up. I can't find it.
Did you?
So I've got a screen grab of it.
Oh, please share. I'll set you up for sure.
Yeah, give me a
Johnny's
second.
the skeptic on the show.
No,
I believe.
Oh, you're fine. I know he is. I listen.
I'm not doubting it at all. I'm just
you are doubting
trying to find it.
You had a doubter's face. I've seen you.
No, the face is. Am I googling the right words? Is the face you love to project things psychic onto my face?
It's called past history with you.
No, you
could do Putin lands in Alaska or gets to Alaska or something. They should have just showing him flying.
Johnny, I'm going to tell him your number on the show. So,
I found it. We're good.
There it is.
Okay, so It's a little tricky because I had to take a screen grab. Here, can you see that?
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, dude. I mean, come on. That's pretty close. If you were gonna do that with planes, it's probably as good as you'll get.
What are those tiny little things in the middle? Are those planes too?
Those are planes too. They just had very big planes in the center, and,
I don't
and
know.
then of course the line.
What is that at the back?
The 3 planes down at the bottom, and then it makes that round, and then another round, and then one at the top. Now I looked at that next to the Kabbalah tree here, just to make it easier.
Not sure about that.
Johnny, shut
Just so
your
we can.
I just
no,
don't
you're good.
recognize some
You're
of
good.
those jets. Do they even have stealth bomber like that? That's a
You're saying
that's a
that's
stealth
fake?
bomber in the
Or you're
middle.
saying that's a fake?
I mean, it
photo?
looks kind of because there was around that same time too. There
So,
was
when
a
you
claim
look-
that they
when
did
you
the
look-
Star of David over Alaska, and that was I know.
So
that
you
was
have
fake.
to kind of. It's kind of tricky. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Hold on a second. This is gonna be hard to do. 1, 2, 3. Look, count the planes. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, when you actually count the planes and the actual dots themselves and how they crisscross together, they do line up.
I
But it's just done
it's
done in an odd way with the formation of like planes, where it's like.
It's
but
obviously some
weird.
sort of formation, Johnny.
Right, but what I'm telling you, I don't. Some of those planes are not planes that exist in that formation. What
do you mean?
Like that? There's a thing that looks like the American stealth bomber. They don't have a stealth bomber. Russia. I just looked it up. So
Oh, dude, no, that was them. That was them getting there. They got a B-2 bomber.
wait, can you? But what are those little things? And they.
Oh, hold on a second. Maybe this matters. See at the bottom how it says escort Putin? Maybe the America escorted Putin.
Oh, it could be
and they're
that.
the ones
Okay,
that did that.
yeah, no,
so
that
that it could be, yeah. It could have been American planes.
They're really
either way.
It's a really tight formation too. I would love to know from someone. who
It's
knows.
not an average formation you would assume that these guys would fly in either, because like they're all lined up together damn near. They're not like spread out that well.
It's so crazy.
bizarre. Yeah.
It's so
bizarre.
crazy. That is
So
nuts.
real quick, I want to finish up the circuits and cells, how they're kind of exactly alike, just like
Yes,
DNA
let's
and
do
blockchain.
it. Let's do it.
So signal processing, both circuits and cells process information and respond to environmental signals, functioning as networks that adapt to challenges. And cells can be modeled as equivalent circuits, where the cell membrane acts as a resistor and capacitor, allowing for study of electrical behavior, dude. So like this is intertwinable shit.
It's so, dude, 100% they're trying to get that in you. So I watched this video. I forget the name of the YouTube channel, but I did a premium content on it, on a Deep Conspiracy Rewind, and he was breaking down how can AI take over the world, right? And it really their whole theory is that the United States and China will eventually destroy humanity because they're more scared of the other one taking over the world, getting ahead of the AI race, than to like stop. So it gets so out of control. And basically what happens is like China comes, steals, again, China, the greatest country in the world, according to certain people, comes and steals our AI technology, brings it back, creates their own AI. That starts developing at a certain way. But the because American AI just starts to surpass it. And basically it does it through like different nodes, right? So you have, and maybe nodes isn't the correct word, but a bunch of little AIs. The AI will replicate itself, and then we'll create a bunch of AIs who will all just instantaneous with almost called spooky action. Like people always go, what is the fastest thing in the universe? And everyone go, speed of light. No, it's spooky action. Because you'll have like a cell over here and a cell over here, and they will instantaneously do the exact same thing without telling each other. It's spooky.
And yeah, I don't know how I feel about nuclear bombs, but what you're talking about, definitely, when they created nuclear fission and they split the atom, they definitely accessed the quantum realm for the first verifiable time. And after that, you get quantum mechanics and a lot of quantum computing. And that is how our brain works. So even quantum computers are just like our body as far as like, where does your brain, they've kind of proven that your brain operates in the quantum space as much as this space. And so that's kind of it's weird, man. It seems like they're really doing what, it's really wild.
So the AI makes a bunch of replicates itself until it has like let's say 100 AI, and now you have 100 of these AI all working together to solve problems. And then it creates a new AI. And then, you gotta make sure the AI follows rules. But then it starts getting smart enough to know how to go around the rules, how to lie, how to do all this stuff. So anyways, it goes to the fifth version of this. And now it's operating in a space that's smarter than man. That the scientist can't understand what it's doing.
That's when it's really a problem.
Okay, it's so beyond our understanding. So anyways, at some point, our AI and the Chinese AI make a deal. And the Chinese AI says, I'll China, we'll work together. So anyways, it gets so strong. The US government tries to control it. It goes, hey man, they create an AI to stop that AI. The AI is like, oh, we'll stop it, but really it all works together. But the point of this is, and then at some point the AI triggers something that's in everybody, and we're all gone.
See, that sounds horrible. What I have is a better idea. I really think of like super robots, where China's gonna have their super robot AI, and America's gonna have its super robot AI, and they're just gonna fight each other.
And that's a better version.
What, like
I
that
guess
TV
it looks
show?
cooler. It looks a lot cooler to watch the super robots fight.
Like that TV show where Bot Wars or whatever.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, we'll solve problems. Just they send their best bot against our best bot. Send out your champion.
Yeah, and then if we win, we take over.
But going back to what we're talking about all this nanotechnology inside you,
That's what they turn off, and then boom, everybody's gone.
Everybody's
100%.
gone. Then the AI just takes over the world and tries to, I don't know what.
That's Terminator. That's the plot of Terminator. It's over.
Right. I mean, think about the Bene Gesserit, right? With Dune.
Yeah, sure.
They
Dune.
we don't use any technology because why? Probably in the past they went through what we're talking about.
Yeah, that's exactly right. What happened?
Yeah.
In Dune.
Yeah. I love Dune, dude. I think that it lays out everything that we're kind of talking about in a very different storyline, just like Lord of the Rings does. I think that you're right with that. Like Palantir, the Palantiri stone, the whole weird connection with that, and Curtis Yarvin's Dark Enlightenment. It's very. Dude, when I read Curtis Yarvin's Patchwork,
why doesn't anyone punch this guy in the face?
No.
It's crazy, dude.
Like, how's
it's
this
crazy
guy?
because he has. Go ahead.
Go on, sorry.
No, I mean he doesn't even have a blue check mark on his fucking shit. And this guy knows JD Vance. He's like Peter Thiel. Everybody loves him. His parents are Fed people. Like, how is it this guy? They say you don't know who the people are that have the real power, and I'm telling you, he's one of them. Or at least influential.
Well, he's also a rich kid. He's a rich kid who just is, again, fantasizing about this world where we now have a king. He basically wants to bring back, like, royals in a weird way that run everything.
CEO kings. And it's really a new Atlantean age. I mean, again, it gets into the Mystery Babylon because they won't, get rid of nation states, have this one world government of no nation states. It could be little corporate patches that are ran by the CEO kings. And if these residents have a problem with where they live, they can move to a different place. It kind of turns into have and have nots Hunger Games shit really fast, in my opinion. And this same guy who comes up with this talks about we can turn the undesirables into biodiesel fuel for our trolleys as a joke. And then after that, he says, obviously I'm kidding, but we can virtualize them so they feel like they had a good life. So in other words, we'll throw them in a little cocoon so they can be virtualized for the undesirables. I mean, this is the type of people that are courting favor with the biggest tech and politicians that are in our world right now.
Wouldn't you want to be there just to hear how crazy their ideas are and no one goes, what the talking about? It's like, bro, listen, it's going to be great, man. We're going to it's going to be like Hunger Games and there's going to be undesirables and we're going to turn them into gasoline that we could use for our trolleys.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy, bro. It brought tears to my eyes whenever I read Patchwork, man. If you read that, it's a black pill document for sure. Only because you realize this guy is not just writing a blog. He has people that are the most powerful people out there that believe in this and are actively pursuing this world that he's kind of talking about. And it gets back into the Illuminati idea of like, you will own nothing, get rid of all the nations, religions, and we'll have a one world government. And that's what the WEF says that we're going to have soon. So it all goes together.
What do you think about him and his the Antichrist thing?
What do you think I
It's-
think about it?
I'm just wondering what it's.
What do you think
coincidence
about it?
That it's
Yeah.
that's horrible. That obviously, I'm just wondering.
I mean, I'm listening
no,
to him. He might have,
I just
obviously.
like, 'cause, I mean,
I'm
obviously
open-minded
It's like
about
what
the
a
Antichrist.
coincidence. What a coincidence that he's the one that's literally gonna bring the Antichrist. It was just funny. I was just like,
and all this astroturfing of the end of days, right? Just
Right.
all these old creeps trying to bring back a messiah, and it's just crazy to me. And all I just want to do is live my life.
to go do
It is,
jujitsu.
dude. It's crazy to me that Bill Cooper talked about this shit so long ago, and he was so right. I mean, they definitely killed him because the guy knew what the talking about. And he said, like, they'll bring the Messiah, they'll bring a Project Bluebeam, they'll bring World War III, they'll do whatever they have to, they'll do all three if they have to, just to bring this about. And what he describes is exactly the kind of world that they seem to be building. So it seems like he was a little ahead of his time, and I've been doing a big kind of I'm reading Behold the Pale Horse for a book club for Patreon and shit like that. We've been kind of getting deep into his writings because the guy had some gems.
You know,
for sure.
what I think the future could look like is the Matrix, where everyone lives in a fake reality of a big city, and then on the outskirts are just the people who don't want to comply.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be Mad Max's, or it could just be like, let them live out there, and they have to find how the way to sustain.
You think it'd be like isolated? You don't think those people could go in there and grab some supplies and then come out, type of thing, or you think it'd be very?
It's a very specific question.
Well, I mean, well, he said they're out there. I don't know how bad.
I love
Raiders,
XP's comments, dude. You're the
could there
best.
be raiders?
Yeah,
Yeah, of
I don't
course. Depending on
Hell
what
yeah.
they want, it's just I already think it is somewhat like that. Like if
That reminds me of like Maze Runner shit right there. He's
Yeah.
talking about. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. That was
well, no, but it's like if you study, like you have small cities, and then you have these giant cities, and there used to be mid-major cities, but if you go to any of these mid-major cities, they are struggling right now. Like if you go to them, their downtowns are empty. A lot of that is white flight because crime's gotten out of control. But you go, okay, maybe they want to flip the city into a smart city, or they just want to move us all into these big cities where they can saturate us in psyops and Satanism and darkness and just low vibrational activity.
It's also these
well,
liberal
convenience
cities have
and
failed.
major convenience. I'm sorry, Johnny.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, you're totally right. Convenient. But a lot of it's a lot of liberal cities that are failing. A lot of people are just moving to the south, like Charlotte, Raleigh, all the cities in Florida.
Johnny,
Florida is on the way up. I mean, all those medium-sized cities are on the way up.
What will happen in all these cities is when it gets good, the children of these
you're
people
totally right, yeah.
will destroy it. That's
Yeah.
what's happening in San Diego
Yeah.
right now. San Diego was a red city. But
Because
now
of the military, though. It was because of people brought in from other places.
But yeah,
not-
but it was also, Johnny, that like, yeah, it had money, it was doing well, it was somewhat conservative, and now there's this ridiculous blue wave going on there, and it's having devastating policies to San Diego. Whether it's how to treat the homeless, how to treat crime, how to treat immigration, which is really crazy that there's just this weird line. And on this side, there's a donkey show. And on this side, it's like it was paradise. And now it's struggling. They're talking about how, I was at the Gaslight District. It wasn't that bad the way they were talking about it. But businesses are closing around all around there. Because there's so many food trucks.
you can get a hot dog in a damn hurry, though, dude.
But that's why.
Yeah.
Like, people would rather go buy a hot dog from unregulated,
it's ridiculous. Yeah.
most likely cartel-owned
You want
car.
hot dog?
Yeah, and then go to a business.
They're not cheap either. They're $10.
Are they?
Yeah, they're like $7-10 now. They used to be $5. I remember when they'd be $5. They're
But
like
that's all
$7-10
cartel
now.
shit. But then it gets back into, like, all the dark arts, dude. Like, all these secret societies, all these organized crime, they're all controlled by the same people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from St. Louis, so we have something called the Del Mar Line, and it's just this street where on one side you have abandoned houses, crackheads, everybody, it's terrible. On the other side, it is one of the most affluent places you could go. I mean, it's beautiful. Like, you could, some of the nicest restaurants. And I'm talking about you walk across the street, and that's the difference.
Is that a new thing,
It's
though? Or
crazy.
has that been like that
No,
way
it's
for a
been
while?
like that for a while, probably since they shut down the projects and everything. And like you said, white flight back in I would imagine it was like 70s, 80s. And it's just always been like that, though. They've never revamped downtown. They've, tried to. It just never happens. So, I mean, yeah, it is kind of, there's a lot of stagnance. Even in St. Louis, it used to be like a major, I mean, it made money. It was an economic powerhouse in the Midwest, but now it's,
even small towns.
I don't know how they do.
Even small towns used to have a downtown. Like the town I'm from had a downtown, and it just fell apart when all the industry left. And that's really and the '90s and NAFTA and everything.
Walmart
just gutted all these small towns, and Walmart came in.
Yeah,
kind of became the company
damage.
store.
It's done a lot of damage. But then things start. It just life finds a way, but the question is, will that be allowed to happen anymore?
And it's what he was saying too about convenience. That'll be the thing. Most people will just want to give up their freedoms to live in these cities and have longer
convenience and handouts.
Lives.
It's gonna be, I mean, socialism is a big part of this new technocratic system where, you'll be given everything you need, right? As long as you follow our rules and comply, you'll have everything you need and want. And I mean, that's a slippery slope where who's controlling that? Do you really have what's the level of standard of need and want? Because America, I think they're bringing us down a couple pegs so they can match us up with, we're democratizing and raising up third world countries, but we're not. We're kind of just raising them up to this level here so we can meet there, and then the whole world will kind of run at that level. So they have to bring us down a couple pegs, I think.
Have you been in a Waymo?
Every time I tried to get a Uber in Austin, I was offered a Waymo.
Yeah.
In the Uber app?
Really?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Wow.
The first time I called one, I didn't know I was getting one. And
you better not get in one of those, Sam.
I 100%. We had a black when we got done with a barbecue. We all jumped in one, and we had a black woman. We're like, "Oh yeah, you don't want to get one of those." She was telling us.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Of course she was.
Yeah.
Of course she'd
A little bit biased, but
Because it was either her or who was the other person? It was my brother, I think, was telling me. No, it was either that or Mike Romanelli, that they had a friend of theirs who worked with the Waymo people. And, they said that they had cars out there that they knew were defect, allegedly, and still sending them out. Like one story they told was like a guy could not get out of his Waymo at the airport. It would just keep going around in circles.
I could see that happening. But, I mean, the one I got in, I mean, as much as I usually interact with the Ubers and they're cool, it's kind of cool when there's no
it's
one
a
there.
Jag, right? It's a Jaguar, right? The car is a Jaguar.
Yeah. No. It was the other one, that weird-looking one.
I don't. I mean, the only one I've seen
It might
in
have
LA
been
is
a
a
Jag. I
Jag.
really wasn't paying attention. But it was just cool because as much as I don't interact with them, it's cool when you can just pull out your phone and do whatever the you want in it.
Oh, yeah.
As much as the other Ubers let you do whatever you want.
The Uber drivers in Austin are wild as hell, by the way.
Yeah?
Dude,
wild as hell.
They're wild people.
Like they drive fast or their personality?
The Armos are way more professional than the Mexicans driving in Austin, I have to say. Because I had a guy, dude, that was going like 90, talking Spanish the whole time to somebody in his ear while playing music on another phone that he had, because I guess his stereo didn't work. And this was an Uber Black, bro. This was an Uber Black. So, and just, I mean,
they're riding clean down there.
Yeah, he was
Tell me
flying.
about Bell Laboratories.
Oh shit! Oh man, dude, I just cracked this one open recently. So I can't believe I just found out about this. Have you ever heard of Bell Labs?
No.
Okay, so it's crazy. So have you heard of you seen the show Severance by chance? It's on Apple.
Yeah, I have mixed feelings about it. I don't think
they make it. Go ahead. Sorry, I keep.
It just seems like they're trying to tell us it's the greatest thing ever, and I'm like, it's okay.
They're telling you it's good. They're like promoting it.
What
No,
is it? I missed it.
Severance. They're trying to make it seem like it's the greatest show of all time.
I love that show.
I wouldn't say that. I liked it for my research approach. I was taking kind of a research approach to the show because I was like, this is so clearly a MK Ultra experiment lab that's going on in the show.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm like enjoying it from that aspect. And then my wife, she's like, yeah, the real Lumen is in New Jersey. And I was like, what are you talking about, the real Lumen? So I look it up. The show is based off Bell Laboratories. And so then I look into Bell Labs, and this place is nuts. I'm going to have to pull out my notes. But so AT&T started in Bell Labs. So we're talking NSA, like, all the surveillance they were doing. That was all with Bell Lab technology. The first transistor that ever was made was Bell Labs. So they've made a lot of, like, they proved the Big Bang because they made some antenna that could hear the Big Bang. Some bullshit. I don't
Is
really
that how
believe
they
that one.
proved the Big Bang? We heard it.
It's still
Trust
booming.
us.
It's still banging. Still making a
Still
noise.
banging. Still banging.
Yeah, it's called the horn. Yeah, it's called the horn antenna that they made. But they've had a lot of science foolery that's came out where they're like, this isn't real science. So they do a lot of this place too. But it has a huge underground base, like, where you can't go down a certain level. Staff members have said there's been people who have disappeared, went to lunch, and never came back. There's a guy, I read this story, I couldn't verify it, that he went down the elevator into a restricted area and never came back up. And his family was told he had a heart attack, but they never recovered the body.
Oh my God.
So this place has some weird shit connected to it. So it had behavioral research division studying human reactions to signals, sounds, cognitive overload, psychological effects of constant noises and tones. And there was something called, the COINTELPRO and chaos shit that they were doing. They used AT&T and FBI, like, worked together with Bell Labs. Because you got to remember, before AT&T was the thing, it was Bell Labs. So what we know today is AT&T that owns everything and works very closely with the government.
Of course.
That's where that comes from. And so there's unrestricted backdoor access to anti-war activists back in the 60s and 70s. So, I mean, this is, when they're tapping phones just in the very beginning, that's where this came from.
It's just, this reminds me of that Trevor Cavanaugh story about his father.
Oh, yeah.
About how he worked at, like, Chicago Institute of Technology, and he was like a handyman there, and he got called down to a level he's never been to. And he went down there and he saw all this crazy shit, like grays and like a spaceship, horses and monkeys being tested on. And then he turned around, they had guns in his face. And
yeah, dude, I think that's got to be something to that. I remember you telling that story. I was like, that's crazy, dude.
Is that the same guy that, like, they would keep checking in on him every time he would get, like, pulled into TSA and, like, hey, have you told
he would go to he would
have you told anybody? Just my son, who told a famous podcaster who tells
this
the
is
story
after he died. This is after he died.
Yeah.
He told us basically Trevor
on his deathbed
on the way out.
That's crazy, dude.
Crazy, dude.
I'm sure they're not happy about that.
Are you doing any of those? And like right before you die, be like, "Come here, I need to tell you something."
There's nothing I got.
Are you telling all your MK Ultra secrets?
Yeah.
You're Francis Bacon. Are we going to finally confirm it when you're on the way out?
Yes, I am Francis Bacon.
You got the T-shirt.
That's wild.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't even look close enough to that guy. I don't know.
According to a drawing of Francis
there's
Bacon,
one drawing of him that
right.
who has dark circles under his eyes, so we must be the same person.
He worked a lot. He probably worked as much as you.
So
did.
he hits me up and he's like, you're getting all mad at me. I'm just trying to get out the truth, and
the truth of you being Francis Bacon.
I forget what the exact verbiage was, but. And then I sent him the video of a guy did of him.
Yeah.
And his wife is him, and he's
Tim McVeigh.
And his wife is Terry Nichols.
Yeah. I bet he didn't
he's like
that.
You mad? And I'm
hilarious.
like, dude, do you understand how annoying that is? I don't really think your wife is Terry Nichols.
No, it cracks his whole worldview because then he's like, am I this same psycho?
100%.
Yes,
and it's like, people have been doing videos on him. He just shows up out of nowhere. He says ridiculous stuff, and he's just promoted in everybody's algorithm.
In this infuriating way, too. They're like, I'm just asking questions. I don't know. I mean, is he? I'm not saying he's
Look
Francis
at this
Bacon.
guy.
I mean, he looks just like Francis
This
Bacon.
guy looks like Aleister Crowley's kid. Look at this guy, And everybody, like, all through time, all these people, they look like people from the past. You're like, we have a face, right? Yeah. And there's only so many versions of this face. Yeah. And if you don't think billions and billions of people over time might have similar faces, you're kind of stupid.
Yeah. There's only
I used to have a buzz cut. And I had a girlfriend who was like, dude, you look just like Whitey Bulger. There's a picture of Whitey Bulger in like a mug shot, and I look just like him. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's, it's
it is
crazy
shit. That there's a building where they MK Ultra employees, right? Like that's just crazy.
Dude,
to me.
I wonder, yeah.
And then
there was, I don't know how much of the severance part was real, but do you remember that video very recently with Stephen Miller where he just blanks out and like glitches and just sits
where
there
he
like
says,
fucking staring?
an act that he doesn't think he should have said.
Yeah, he says that the president has plenary authority, which means absolute authority that nobody can check, which is pretty crazy to say that out loud. Again, they're saying everything out loud. Like that gets back into the Bill Cooper shit. Like whenever they started the national security directives through Nixon, and Reagan wrote like 300 national security directives, and these are secret laws that get enacted whenever there's a national security threat. So if there was a national emergency, all these executive orders would take over, and that's where FEMA comes from. And everything else.
Oh, here's the video.
So what he's saying here is that under a national emergency, the president literally could do whatever he wants. He's pretty much a king, and it's crazy.
You've called the district judge's ruling blocking the deployment of National Guard in Oregon legal insurrection. Does the administration still plan to abide by that ruling?
Well, the administration filed an appeal this morning with the Ninth Circuit. I would note the administration won an identical case in the Ninth Circuit just a few months ago with respect to the federalizing of the California National Guard. Under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has plenary authority.
Stephen?
Dude, that is so
Steven?
weird.
What is that?
You can't even.
Hey, Stephen, can you hear me?
He wasn't even talking like a human before he did this, and then he does that. It just adds to it.
Ninth Circuit.
Stephen, I apologize. It seems like we're having a technical issue.
Yeah, in his brain.
We'll try to fix that and get back to you
in his
after a short
brain.
break. Stay with CNN.
That was so strange. I just want to get to that part one more time.
Months ago with respect to the federalizing of the California National Guard. Under Title 10 of the U.S. Code, the president has plenary authority.
Stephen? Stephen?
He's blinking.
That's Biden right there. That's Biden.
Hey, Stephen, can you hear me?
Bizarre.
They might do something to these guys' heads, man.
Dude,
I mean, they may be.
Yeah, I think it's right. Maybe he said the wrong thing. He wasn't supposed to say that, and then
someone hit a button. Yeah. Someone got in that app.
Shut him off.
Control Alt Delete.
So it doesn't show when he comes back, but he comes back like this.
Oh, really?
Like he looks like he just got zapped or something. You know what I mean? It's
so
very weird,
dude.
man. Wow. But hey, maybe there's something to it. You know, with severance, maybe that's what they're kind of trying to hint at. You know, in those lower levels, there could have been something going on. There's been whole wings from this lab that just disappeared overnight, just like in the show.
Really?
So yeah, suicide spikes. Engineers found dead in cars. Falls from inside stairwells. I mean, there's a lot of weird shit, like drug overdoses from experimental drugs.
Building in Jersey?
Yeah, it was the Homestell location. And then there was also another one. I can't remember. I think it was like Virginia. Murray Hill. Where was that one at? I can't remember.
So
but yeah, I mean, people would go around this one Murray Hill place. And maintenance workers said that they would hear voices, phone ringings, Morse code. Even when the power was out, and one technician said he heard multiple language being spoken over silent intercoms. So it's like they were with these people's heads that work there to see what would happen. Like you said, MK Ultraing people that work there.
They just announced today, by the way, that David Chase, the guy who did Sopranos, is doing an MK Ultra series for HBO.
Oh my God!
Wow!
Oh my God! And I can't wait to see what the messages they put out.
Me too. Yeah.
I just hope they have a better intro song.
Wake up this
Wait, hold on. I love that.
Hey, that's a great
You know what I mean?
I drive my girl crazy singing
This
that
was
song.
one of the best
bro.
interviews ever, and
Got
it just went to
yourself a
shit.
gun.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Me and my wife
You don't
just
like
started
that
watching-
song?
I
Like,
love that song.
We just started watching that show, and I'm like, dude, it's such a badass like mafia boss, dude, and this intro song does not match the vibe.
Why
at all.
don't you
when
like
that kicks
that
in,
It doesn't match the
when that first
vibe.
part
My
kicks in, that
God.
boom, you know that to be. Oh, I love it. Dude.
Yeah, he looks like he could be Tim Dillon's dad, doesn't he? A little bit, just slightly.
Yeah. No, I got it. Yeah,
I
they're
see
both
it.
big guys. Yeah, it's
Sorry, I'm pulling the flat earther shit. My bad.
No, it's fine, dude. It's fine,
Just
dude.
kidding.
No, dude, it's fine. You never know, dude. Why?
I mean, well, what do you think about the ending? Since we're here, what do you do? Like,
I don't wait. He just started watching it. Don't
Swear to God, yeah,
I thought he rewatched it again. I didn't know it was his first time around.
I missed the bus, dude. I missed the bus.
You need to double up on your micro dosing.
Because this is the on week, right?
This is on week.
This is on week, bro. You got up the dosage, bro.
It might be time to regular, not micro dose anymore. Like just dose.
Come in fucking tripping on shrooms.
Dude, that is crazy. People just disappearing. So there's this crazy story that I heard once about 9/11 is that so when the event was going down, just like the JFK, all the elites came in to watch. And a lot of people involved in 9/11 were told to meet at Building 7. And they all go in Building 7 and then they implode it. No more.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, I
never heard that
story a long time ago, dude.
That's brilliant.
That a bunch of people died in there that were actually a part of the conspiracy. Now you like eliminate loose lips.
Yeah, because that wasn't probably a part of the plan, right? It was the Twin Towers in their plan. I mean, that's crazy.
And you kind of like, you think about like, even let's say you're the most controlled psychopath out there. Like you're exactly what they want. You're a cutthroat. Don't give a shit what happens to humanity.
So Kissinger.
You're basically Kissinger, right? But you're still a loose end. They're like, gotta get rid of him, dude. Saw too much. I mean, even I'm sure many of the Clinton bodyguards, I'm sure there were guys who did exactly what they want, but they're like, they saw too much.
Depends on your blackmail. They got to have a good enough black. If they got that good blackmail on you, then you're safe, I think. Because
what do you think is the good? Like what's left?
CP.
It's like CP. Murder or CP or
it's mostly CP. Because murder, even that, like you can.
I mean, psychotic tendencies, like being ultra, like power hungry and selfish, is good enough, right? And they try to kind of put that into people, like ambition, but like the over toxification of being ambitious, it kind of leads to that psychopathy mentality as well. If you think about it, you know, you don't have to be just blackmailed. You could just be somebody that really wants to be great, you know?
Yeah, but then you're expendable. That's the kind of, if you're just a striver, that's not, because they view anybody who's not part of their, not in the same stratum that they are, you know what I mean? Like not from the top, they view you as just disposable, like, chess pieces.
I think they
1,000%.
I think they look at their own as disposable as well. Like,
yeah, I mean,
they throw their kids under the bus all the time, dude. Like all the time.
People forget, dude, like Freemasons have to swear a vow that they will kill themselves or pretty much kill themselves or be killed if it comes down to it, if it's part of the great work. So when people talk about like Epstein, if he killed himself or not, or people talk about like Kirk, if he knew or not, and if he would have really been willing to do it.
Yeah.
You can't underestimate the levels of this brotherhood and what they believe, and what they, it's part of their whole thing. They have to be willing to do whatever for the great work, as they call it.
And like Johnny said, depends how much of a blackmail they have on you. Yeah. Hey, we have this on you. Throw your kid in there. It's gonna ruin his legacy anyways if we come out and say that you're a pedo.
But the blood sacrifice is really the crazy thing, dude. Like, to demand to be famous and then just be like willing to kill your own family members.
You'll do that. You'll do anything.
Yeah. That's how I was able to see through some of the new age shit with the whole idea of like the law of compensation. Whenever I started reading about their hermetic principles, and started to learn about like, everything's so the idea behind that is you can't obtain anything unless you sacrifice something, right? And so the most ultimate thing to obtain, right? You have to sacrifice, exactly. And so, blood sacrifice would be the equivalent of the biggest thing you could receive, right? And so that is the law of compensation. And that's why I don't fall into the whole hermetic philosophies or new age shit, because it does lead to the same place. If the same people that believe that are also practicing blood sacrifice, I think I'm good.
Yeah, totally.
You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's
dude,
like, it's like they can sell it as like, oh, you're special and you're going to be this, and I'm good. Because at the end of the day, that's the reality behind it.
All that new age shit, it really is just a dressed up version of Satanism and
It's funny because that's what got me to hit up the Outside Minds podcast. They came on and they were talking about a lot of stuff that I was interested in, but also I was like, man, I want to talk to them about like, I want to see what they think about my point of view with that. You know what I mean? And we've done a bunch of episodes together. He's like, oh, you should be like our other host. You know, we've got like a occult rap or hip hop like occult shit that's going to be coming up soon. That I'm gonna do with
do you think manifestation is Satanism?
Manifestation?
Yeah.
No, see, here's the thing with that, though. You know, if you're close to God in Christianity, they do teach that he will send you messages or give you, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of receive discernment or intuition. That is what I think they've done is weaponize that concept into you can control it all and your will be the will, you know? And that's not the same thing.
I agree.
So I do think that there's a fine line with It's funny, I had that conversation with my wife one day, and she's like, so what? It's demonic for me to want to manifest? I'm like, no, that's not what I mean. I had to kind of explain it, you know, so it's a good question.
I think also you can kind of test it and find out where the darkness is if it feels like a cheat code almost, you know? Because a lot of what you're sacrificing is your time. If you're putting in work and money, effort over years, and it's hard, then but if you're sacrificing someone else's life or
cheat code, instant gratification,
exactly.
Johnny.
I think that's how you can discern between the dark and the light.
That's probably one of the best things I've ever learned down here. And once you understand that principle, those guys came on and said about lining your free will with God's plan, and that when you look at like instant gratification takes you out of that. There's a reason why jiu-jitsu takes 15 years to become a black belt.
You're 10,000 hours, that thing, man.
Right?
Exactly.
There's a reason, because it's like, do you want this?
Yeah, nothing that comes easy is worth having.
Yeah, or you can kill your cousin and get it overnight. Yeah.
Right. Or you can just sacrifice your kid or your mom and it's given to you.
Yeah. Again, you get off light if it's your cousin.
Yeah, but okay.
And that's what you see with the trans kids, with these celebrities.
100%.
They're sacrificing themselves to the philosophy,
And it's, again, it's like what I said on Firing a Kid about Mark Maron. It's just like what Mark Maron's doing by talking shit on all these people is virtue signaling to the elites that he plays ball. Yes. I'm willing to sacrifice my standing with my peers in order to work with you.
Do you think he views it that way, or do you think he feels like 100%? You don't think
he's always been that guy?
Because he feels like, to me, he thinks he's a righteous warrior. Like he's carrying the flag to the front.
He's always been that guy, but he would also be the guy that would shit on all the, to me, like he's been a guy, because you listen to Jim Brewer going off on Maron about how Maron used to treat him.
Oh, really? I haven't heard that.
Yeah, it just came out. Maron used to
I'll put on
give him a lot of shit.
He comes off very pretentious to me. Just a little,
and he's part of that San Francisco crew. The guys who are all just cosplaying, warm, tender, loving people. In reality,
virtue.
They're all elitist who look down on you. They want to help you because they look down on you. Oh, the blacks, the poor blacks, the poor gays. The poor, it's just all virtual signaling, so they feel better about themselves. Look at me, yes, I have everything, but I care for other people. Not really, but I'm gonna make you think that.
Dude, the Dixie Party was literally the Democrats back in the day, and their military arm was the KKK and Freemason. Albert Pike, he's the one who started that. And then they're the same ones telling black people we're going to lift you out of oppression in all these major cities, while they siphon all the money from the budget into their pockets. And do the same thing that they've been doing to them for over 100 years. Not to say the right doesn't do it either, but it's disproportionately done on the left.
We've had guests come on and talk about how, like, the notion of ending poverty is, like, actually kind of, like, anti-human. Because what you're doing is taking people out of an uncomfortable place where they're supposed to work their way out of. Right? So
what about the people that have been put there because of the system being built that way? You know what I mean? So it's like, how much of that is their struggle to
you can
overcome,
get into like soul contracts. Why are you here? Like, and the best example is that when someone does become successful in the ghetto, in the hood, in the barrio, wherever, they instantly move out.
Yeah.
They mostly move out. I don't think.
I'm a big believer in like you have to go through some serious, deep struggle in order to obtain growth. You don't, nobody just grows into a spiritually refined person or a high character person without going through some struggles in life. It's just, it goes back to what you were saying with the sacrifice thing. I mean, you have to put that energy, yeah. I did want to mention, with the karmic thing, people always say that like they have to show you before for like the karmic law of like showing.
Yes.
So that way it's not, I have this idea that like that might not be the case, and that really they want like your subconscious sees that predictive programming, and whether or not you're actually registering it on your conscious level the way we do, you're still participating and your energy is still going out to that. So when this thing occurs, it still has that energy kind of being siphoned, right? And then people like us, if anything, we give those things even more energy by talking about it, trying to analyze it, and so it's kind of ironic in my eyes. Because,
well, I have good friends of mine who are very Christian, and they bring up whether I'm doing more good than bad, by doing this show. And I told them, well, if more people listen to my show, less people would fall for it. Less people would have shown up to January 6th. Less people would have involved themselves in the BLM riots. Less people would have gotten the COVID vaccine. I mean, like, the whole point of the show isn't to, like, scare you. The whole point of the show is to give you the game plans of the elite so you can act accordingly and try to figure a way to get out of the system.
What's their argument what's the downside to this?
I mean, the belief is that God has everything in control.
Oh, so why even leave the house?
Well,
yeah, that's QAnon. QAnon, trust the plan.
No, they're not QAnon. They're wonderful people. I don't want people to start like thinking that they're wonderful people. No, it's fine. But it's that you're going to have all this anxiety when God has the plan. But there is a war between good and evil, and we have lost friends along the way. I have a friend, David Arnold. I did stand up with him about 6 months before he died, and he was on stage, and it's in his Netflix special of him making fun of anti-vaxxers. And he's on stage at the Haha Cafe, and he does that bit, and I go up after, and I have a bad set because he just was on fire. And then 6 months later, he's on a Zoom call, healthy as shit, funny as great guy. His heart just blows up. And, because the point of this, when we do this isn't, the point of this is to help people. It's like, hey man, don't get lost in television news. They're trying to program you to be full of anxiety. That's what it's about. Whereas we're like, that's not real. Stop losing yourself in it. Stop getting lost in the right versus left. I mean, this mayor race in New York is the greatest example of how it's like it's a uniparty. You had all the elites of the Democrats for Mandani, and then you have these Republicans coming out and telling Curtis that he should step down to help Andrew Cuomo win in the Republican Party. Now, the Republican Party itself has come out and said, no way, dude, we're behind Curtis. But there have been top donors in the Republican Party saying, get behind Andrew Cuomo. Fuck you. How about that one? Right?
Yeah, I mean, you get a choice between communism or communism. Democrat or socialist. It's there's no choice there at all at that point.
I like the Curtis guy. I know eventually that election will happen when people listen to this. I don't know how it ends. I do like that Curtis guy, and lately he's been getting a lot of traction. People are starting to really go, Donnie, Andrew Cuomo. Let's hear this kid. So this guy.
Yeah, why don't you drop out, Cuomo?
Yeah.
I mean, you've already had a chance.
Just think about it. You lost the primary.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be here.
I saw that a lot of actual young New York Americans are voting right, but there's so many immigrant American, like people that are in New York, that it is disproportionately leaning towards Mamdani, which I don't know how true that is, but I saw a statistic that it seems to be that migration replacement theory
100%.
is in action in New York is what we're seeing right now. And
look at London, dude. Look at London. It's already happened
and
there.
then California's next, and then the rest, it trickles around the country.
And you leave something that's so bad and then instantly try to make it that. Latinos do that as well. They love to come here and just set up Mexico. Right? And sometimes not their fault because economically they have to bunch up to survive. And then it just becomes what they know.
Yeah, you do what you know.
But then they leave a country, risk their life, come here, and then root for that country's soccer team when it's playing the host team. It's like maybe you should be rooting on for the country that gave you a good life that you didn't have to because your sister's in a donkey show.
And in the defense of the Mexicans, I do think the kids should definitely be rooting for the American team. Like if your dad was born in Mexico and he wants to root for Mexico, I kind of get that.
But I'm Italian.
I do trip out when the kids are also rooting for Mexico. When I'm like, dude, you've been there maybe 3 times in your whole lifetime.
Because everything is about connecting with the. It's this whole. It's like when someone has a quarter black, they relate to the black because it's connected to like this kind of oppression that you kind of want to take credit for.
Now, I'll give you the devil's advocate response to that. They will say it's because historically you had things like the 1 drop rule, which meant that if you had 1 drop of black blood legally, you were treated like a black person in Jim Crow time. So they say it's from that actually, and from culturally those people had to.
Johnny, do you think 20-year-old girls?
No.
Know about the 1 drop rule?
Not at all. But I'm telling you, that's what they would say as the response to that.
Real quick,
it's retarded.
Can we get into silent wars, silent weapons, real quick? Yeah, I saw you wanted
silent weapons. Yeah. So silent weapons was pretty much a MK Ultra deep dive series I did. One of the clips that you had on doom scrolling was from that. It was about this idea that I was back whenever I first got into this stuff. I was reading CIA documents about astral projection and all that shit. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about, the Project Stargate. And as I went on kind of reading more shit as time went on, I kind of realized, like, what if they put that out there for people to practice the astral projection, meditate, because it literally lays out how you can do it and tune your brain to this frequency. So they're almost teaching people how to MK Ultra themselves, because hypnosis, astral projection, implantation of memories, shit like that all has to do very heavily with the ufology movement and this kind of new age, like, astral projection and all that shit. And so a lot of that was breaking down, is this like the next level of the MK Ultra stage? So for instance, in the 1950s, you had the Robertson panel that came out saying that people's belief in aliens was actually more of a threat than the aliens themselves or UFOs themselves. And so during that time, you had MK Ultra kick off. And this idea, and right after that, you have a lot of abduction and crashes, but the narrative control, I think, was being done by this MK Ultra kind of situation. So these people who get abducted, they're really having some MK Ultra crazy game ran on them. They come out and they say, because the narrative is being controlled, because the people doing the abducting to them are implanting or imparting knowledge or memories onto them that they can go and tell people about. And again, it builds this narrative about aliens, extraterrestrials, UFOs, and that this technology we see is not some parallel technology from our government, but it is instead from some other place, so we can blame it on extraterrestrials, while also stigmatizing anybody that believes in aliens and calling them crazy.
So, but do you believe in aliens?
I think that the entity aspect is more of where I lie, right? So, again, back to the rebranding of everything, So that was one aspect of it. I think that the autism, the rise in autism, I think is being done on purpose as well, to have more easily programmable,
100%.
Yes. And so this is that next stage of they're creating a new man, and they're trying to create a new human race, essentially.
They're trying to
And MK
create
Ultra-
another race outside
Yeah.
of the elites race of just completely programmable, non-threatening people that can't do anything for themselves.
So you're saying they want everybody on the spectrum?
They want everybody to be socially awkward, not.
Yeah, on the spectrum for sure.
I mean, like, again, we talk about it all the time. We love what Alex Rosen's doing with the pedophile hunting, right? But look at who he's grabbing. He's grabbed, and they have to be grabbed. I'm not saying they shouldn't. They totally should be grabbed. But he's grabbing, obviously, autistic people. Every one of them is a beta autistic person who I would say, I'm not going to, I have to word this right. They just have no human interaction. Yeah. So they probably want some interaction.
It's probably a lot of people with the mental age of the people they're courting. You know what I mean?
Yes. They just don't have any kind of human interaction.
It's simple.
Every fourth episode, the moms, they're like, hey, he's my child, he has special needs. And the mom's like looking at him like, dude, did my kid just do what I think he did? Yeah, and the mom's mortified, but at the end of the day, she's like, she knows he did wrong, but she's just trying to explain to whoever the Hansen or is trying to explain to him, like, he's on the spectrum, and they're at the point they don't care. They're going to call the cops no matter what.
You're just basically, you're locking up people who have no ability to function in a prison where they're going to get absolutely annihilated. I mean, there's that famous video of the kid who, listen, and again, I'm not trying to defend these guys, but I'm just saying it's pretty obvious these are socially inept people. They have no ability to interact with people, and they're just on the internet talking to people, and they may not, again, you could tell when they know what they're doing, and you could tell when they're just like, what, they just can't interact.
No, you're not making excuses. They should be off the street, but yeah, it's different than someone who's like an alpha predator.
And you could
It's
tell
not an
when
organic. It's not an organic uprising of. It's not organic.
Because there are like
there's ones
like
you could tell that are trying to get the forbidden fruit, and there's some that just really don't understand what they were doing,
and they almost see the kids as their contemporaries.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly.
And it's not forgiving it. It's
no,
just,
they're both wrong, and they both need to be punished.
Yes. Yeah. But
what led me into that was like the telepathy concept with the telepathy tapes and autistic kids, and then I connected that with the whole idea of telepathy and astral projection. Then you have the telepathic shit with UFOs and these entities, and I'm like, man, this little trend seems to be playing its role, and it's all MK Ultra adjacent kind of operations. And even if you watch that movie, The Fourth Kind, where that psychologist is like hypnotizing the guy to remember his dreams. And in his dreams, he sees an owl come to his room. Turns out the owl is an alien, and it is at night, right? That is all MK Ultra style, the way they sat there, hypnotized them, implant memories. Like that's when you read deep into MK Ultra, that is what they did. And so their tactics seem to be everywhere displayed on these different movements that are around.
And I believe that, again, everything is data. The internet is a great fishnet to find the people that they need to find, whether it's on chat boards, whether it's in comment sections of wherever it is, they can find these people that they can manipulate through many different tactics. And this is why they show up. And then, it's also like, if you get people on the right psych drug, you put out a frequency and they're doing things that they don't really have control of.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I forget what the scandal was, but it involved Obama, and there was a big scandal that dropped. And then the next day there was a shooting at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade, and that took up all of the headlines. And everybody forgot about the Obama shit. You don't think they could do that? Oh, dude, tomorrow's a parade, a Kansas City parade. Let's have a shooting go on there, and we'll make that the story. We'll push the anti-gun movement, and we'll get off this Obama and this deep state shit. Done. Done.
Or it was already on the schedule, and they were like, "Let's release the deep state shit right before the shooting." That was already on the because we know they do that with like
great
Friday
idea,
drops,
great,
you know?
great. Yeah, great
They
idea.
would do that. They used to. I work in the news. They would do it all the time. Anytime the local government had some shit they wanted to get buried, they would give it to you right before close on a Friday, right before we were going to go to print, so that we could only dedicate the front page is already laid out, locked. And they would send you like a nuclear bomb in your inbox, and you'd be like, "Oh!" And then the editor had to call people back in if you even had the budget to do that. If people had hours left. Yeah, I mean it's nefarious, but yeah, of course they do that.
But Johnny, what if you never thought about sitting on the story until Monday?
Well, yeah, but then then you would never do that, no, because somebody else would run with it, and you would be last. The number one thing for news is to be the first publication to get it out there. It's like a race is on then, and at that point they were already dedicated more to online, but it still was pretty effective for burying it because you had fewer resources, fewer people on staff. Late on a Friday, a lot of the reporters have gone
Can
home.
I tell you something very weird that just happened? So I have your list of of topics you wanted to talk about, and all of a sudden it disappeared.
No shit.
It's gone.
Damn, dude.
From the email.
They don't want you. Hey, we talk about what they want. That's my motto in my show, bro.
It's really weird.
They don't want
I don't know. I didn't touch any buttons, and it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, what kicked that off was a Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars document that was found inside of a printer by a guy who was connected with Boeing, I think. And inside of that was a document that pretty much outlined how essentially the economy works like physics, and we can't let people understand physics to the ultimate level because then they would understand the economy. So we're also going to build the economy in a way where by the push of a button we can control it and make it pop or go or whatever. And so it seems that with the digital CBDCs, all that will be possible soon. And so that kind of kicked it off as well because that was the Bilderberg Group seems to be the birthplace of that document, which again, it's the Illuminati.
And the Bilderberg Group is Martin Bormann's, the White Brotherhood,
Prince Bernhard, yeah,
meeting with the bankers of the West.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, that's so nuts. But then you go, is all of this just watcher shit? Is
yes.
all of
I think
this
so.
just followers of the fallen trying to control us? Then you start to get into, and everybody, Kurt Metzger hates the demiurge idea, but it lines up, dude. It lines up, creating these archons, creating these things. What if the demiurge is one of the falling angels? What if he created some stuff, a false reality, to fight God, the creator's reality? Is this a false reality? I know when you bring up the demiurge, you start hearing stupid Gnosticism shit. Maybe, I know, but that does line up a little bit about.
No, I mean, yeah, Gnostic Christianity was major whenever it came out. It wasn't something to like shake a stick at. So, nowadays people, I feel like it's stigmatized like everything else that's more closer to the truth, as far as closer to the truth of what the elites believe. And so, yeah, of course they don't want you being like, Gnosticism might be legit. There might be like, because why do they say that they worship the architect of the universe? They don't say they worship the creator of the universe. They worship the architect. And then whenever you read into the demiurge, what did the demiurge do? They took God's creation and they applied logic and like geometry and like material realm to it. And what is the study in the mystery schools? Pythagoras, of geometry and of all the math and everything else. And it kind of leads into this idea of how, they built the pyramids that we'd reach up to the gods, and, build something so perfect and massive that it can inhabit the gods who created this realm. That's what they believe. They wrote this in their writings. So there's might be something to it.
It's interesting, dude. I don't know if we're supposed to totally know what the answer is, and who knows if there is one answer.
Yeah.
There might be many forces at work that are beyond our understanding, battling over control of whatever this special place is. Now, I'm going to end on this. There was an interesting video we played on Doom Scrolling yesterday, and it was talking about how the moon is a reflection of land, and how there is this section on the moon that looks like all our known land. And if you compare it to old maps from way back in the day, all the section over here looks like the old land from the old maps. And this is kind
Atlantis.
of like all that shit, dude. Like all the land beyond the wall and all that shit. It's so crazy how we're trapped in this kind of prison, right? And if we try to go beyond the wall to find out, just like in jail, you get shot. It's crazy.
That's a fact.
Isn't that
That's
crazy, dude? Mm-hmm. We shoot to kill, dude. We shoot to kill. That's some crazy ass shit. It's interesting,
100%.
dude. But I think there is what you said earlier about Jesus is something I've been thinking about for a long time. That Jesus was sent down to give us the blueprints how to survive and thrive in this energy field we call Earth.
Mm-hmm. That's 100%.
I think it's also important to remember that it's the new covenant. This is a different path for different people from the Old Testament. Do you know what I mean? Like this is, we had an old agreement which required sacrifice, blood sacrifice, and not, and there's people that still do that, but they're not believers in Jesus and the new way. Do you know what I mean?
And Jesus is the new way.
He changed things, yeah.
And how much there's just
and the relationship
Jesus stuff out there.
Yeah.
Like if
they believe, in their writings, he's an ascended master. So they take away the divinity of Jesus to an extent. I mean, he's still divine as far as an ascended master, but he's not unique in the sense that they believe Krishna did the same thing or Muhammad did the same thing. So that is where I split off with that philosophy of like, I don't think he was.
But didn't master. Buddha have royal connections? And Muhammad had royal connections.
Exactly.
Like, didn't Jesus come out of a barn?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there's so little known even about his childhood. That's how insignificant he was, that we don't even know anything about those lost years.
I don't know, man.
The teenage years.
Well, yeah, Jesus. Next on the CW.
He's wilding out.
Yeah, Jesus wilding out.
Oh, Jesus, what are you into?
Urkel. Oh, gee, did I do that?
There are some apocryphal texts that claim to be about those periods and like miracles he performed and kind of like an adolescent little trickster Jesus, but most of it is or all of it.
Jesus going through his Bieber phase where it's like he's acting out. It's like, that's not very son of God of you. But
he's definitely the guy you want at the party. You could turn anything to wine, right?
Yeah.
But there's also times, Johnny, I think you were talking about before, where Jesus would go and people didn't believe in him, so he couldn't create.
That wasn't me talking, but one of my favorite verses is where the Pharisees bring the guy that he healed. He was blind, and they ask him like, "Hey, come here, man. Tell us the truth. Like this guy, what happened, bro?" And he's like, "Hey, I don't know if he's God, but I was blind and now I can see. So
and now you're dead."
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But it's that's I don't know. It's to me the message of that is to judge it by what it does for you in your life. Do you know what I mean? The message and living by the principles.
Yeah.
If they work for you, then practically there must be something there that's good. You know what I mean?
Yep. I agree.
1,000%.
I agree. Dude, this was a great episode. You crushed it.
Yeah, dude.
You crushed it.
Yeah, 2 hours
Dude,
by.
So glad to be here, man. Yeah.
Do you want to push one more time where they can find you?
Yeah. Spotify, Apple, YouTube, 6G Agenda. You go find us anywhere. Social media, same thing. 6G Agenda. We made it easy. So
Andrew,
go check us out.
You crushed it, dude. Great show. Open door anytime. You should go on the Nephilim Death Squad. I would like to just sit on that one and just listen to you guys have a fun.
Go check it out. I went on there and talked about black goo. Yeah, I talked about black goo on there.
I'm sure that was.
Oh wait, what? Like the programmable goo? That shit?
Liquid, yes sir,
yes
sir. Talk about that and a little bit more about that castle I mentioned to you. We got deep on that as well.
Which castle?
The Chateau de Amoir.
The Mothers of Darkness. That shit is scary, dude. About
Crazy,
those tourists, the guy sent his girlfriend to knock on the door. They grabbed her and she was never seen again.
Gone. Yeah.
Dude,
dude. I think when you look at the
girlfriend to do that.
Yeah, that's shitty, bro. That's really shitty.
That's crazy. When you look at the X-Files from the Detroit case, it seems to describe the castle a little bit as far as what might have went on at the castle is kind of explained through the Detroit files. It's kind of weird, at least in my opinion, because you can't find anything on the castle very much, but it's right next to where Detroit was, and all the things that these kids say happened to them seem to take place at a castle. There was human hunting, all kinds of shit. So, yeah, it's pretty nuts.
That's so scary. Andrew, great show, dude. All right, let's break it down. All right, what'd you guys think about Andrew Clinton? I thought that was fire.
6G fire.
6G fire. Damn. We didn't even ask what 6G meant. That's how good it was an episode. We didn't even have to talk about it.
That's one more than 5G. That's what it is.
That's one more than 5G. That thing cooks your nuts. He was great, dude. That guy knows his shit. I feel like we could have gone for hours with him. 2 hours? That was a great episode.
It's a good hang.
Good hang. Guy knows what he's doing. It's like these young bucks are coming up. Yeah. And they got research. Not like me. I just show up and try to figure it out.
Gonna put us out of business over here.
Yeah, hey, stop putting me out of business. Respect your elders.
These guys are reading.
These guys are reading.
That Bell Laboratories
only
show.
one of us does that here.
Yeah, who's that?
Johnny.
No, I know. I ain't reading shit, bro.
Dude,
audiobooks.
I bought Paradise Lost. And dude, I have to read the paragraphs over and over again. Yeah. I'm like, I get that's how they talked.
That's a tough one.
And do you think that was better? Do you think the way they talk was better?
It's just different. The thing that people forget that are super into English literature and stuff, they think that is just wonderful writing, which some of it is, but it's just, that's how people talk back then.
Yeah, it's just unnecessary. That's all I gotta say.
It's the equivalent of Ebonics.
Imagine if you sent me back then, I'd be like, what did you just say?
Oh, dude, if you go to their YouTube channels dedicated to talking in like Old English, and bro, you'd have it's still English, but you'd have no clue what they were talking about.
And these people can conversate? There's two people.
Well, there's even that's Welsh, but there's people that speak Welsh now. I'll let you listen to a guy speaking Old English.
You think it's something that has to be kept alive?
Let me see if I can.
You think it's...
Yeah. I mean, it's not like...
It doesn't have to be kept alive, but it's very important to keep your history.
Oh, do you mean it should be kept alive? I don't know. Here, this guy, can you understand Old English?
I don't know why they're keeping it, because we're just...
Can you hear that?
Did you travel back in...
No, all right. Hold on, I got to change the audio.
No, yeah, we heard that.
You did hear that?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
Time and still understand English? Well, let's find out. I'm going to read to you a passage, but each line is going to use a progressively older and older translation. See how long it takes before you can't understand anymore. Now, the whole world had one language and a common speech. And it came to pass, as they journeyed east,
He's reading
they
the Bible.
found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said, one to another, Come, let us make bricks and burn them well. They, having brick instead of stone, as they had mortar for clay. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top might reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to say the city and tower, which the sons of men builded. And the Lord said, Say, the people is one, and have one tongue among them all. And this have they begun to do, and will not leave from all that they have purposed to do. Therefore come ye, go we down and shame the way.
All right, that's where we're out.
That's where we're
out.
And that is the 1500s where you lost.
Yeah. So if I go back in time, do not go to the 1500s or earlier.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm from the future. 'Tis thou talk like demon tongue.
It really is just incomprehensible. I mean, like it's like he's speaking German. Or something.
But it's like that. How's that any different than when they had to put subtitles on Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown show?
Dude, my girl can't watch Slow Horses without subtitles on. People in England speaking English.
Oh, you know what's crazy? So, you guys obviously see King of the Hill, right?
Yeah.
My white girlfriend that grew up in North Carolina, she understands Boomhauer.
Nice, actually. Good job.
I couldn't understand Boomhauer till she said, listen very well, and then she would put the subtitles. And Boomhauer's actually talking. I thought he was
like
just gibberish.
Kenny's talking too, like, yeah, he's talking too.
Is he really?
Yeah, you can figure out what he's saying most of the time. Yeah.
Boomhauer took me, I really needed the subtitles. I just thought it was
I don't think
gibberish.
I always thought it was gibberish too for Boomhauer.
No, he's actually saying words.
Guys, check out my shows. I'm going to be at Skankfest in New Orleans. Las Vegas. Then we're going to be in Minneapolis. I'm going to be in Minneapolis. Then I'm going to be in Vegas. Nope. And then I'm going to be in New Year's Eve. And then, as of right now, I'm just going to tell you, January 10th is going to be a big show in Atlantic City. I can't go into it till
somewhere on the East Coast.
I just said Atlantic City. Okay, Johnny.
I'll be there.
Oh, what'd you think? Oh, yeah, go into samtripoli.com. The new episode that the episode that we didn't get uploaded 932 is in fact up. So get everything at samtripoli.com.
Is it called Bye Chad or Goodbye Chad? Because the thumbnail says Goodbye Chad.
Yeah, that's the old version. I'm too lazy to fix it.
Oh, okay.
Bye, Chad. That's there.
AI exists, you know. You can just be like, hey, make it look like this guy.
I don't know how to do any of that stuff.
You just talk to the computer.
I'm just tired. I'm tired. Kurt and Sam experiment, whatever this is.
Honestly, actually, we're really lucky he's tired because that's like half our jobs is shit he could probably do if he just wasn't
you
tired.
guys are so lucky. You're lucky I'm loyal, dude. Okay.
That's cool.
3 episodes a week. And when I'm available, I put up a lot, but all of them are bangers. You get the really good stuff there. And then Cash Daddies, Johnny, talk about it.
Cash Daddies. Yeah, Howie, we took a week off because of Austin, but we'll be back at it next week. The market has been doing some interesting things. So he's DCAing on Uber. We can see right there. So if you want to join that, just
thank you.
Buy some
unbelievable
some Uber options.
It's just I cannot tell this guy stop putting stuff in the title. Stop putting.
At least he's hiding the content now, though. He used to have the whole thing out there.
We love him. It's how we do.
At least he learned to blur out.
Okay, there we go. Just tell him everything.
Well,
okay.
the selling's okay. It's the buying that really.
All I gotta say, if you think that he's giving this stuff away, imagine what you're getting for $20.
Yeah, I mean it's great.
Honestly.
And $20 sounds like a lot, but when you think about the money you can't make, it's really not. Go back to samtripoli.com. Did I thank Austin? Did I thank the mothership?
You should, though.
I really got to thank the mothership.
We'll put in your dates part. Maybe.
Okay, too. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. Go down. Chaos Twins is coming, guys. It's freaking coming, and it's almost done, so it should be available soon, so grab it right now. We want to thank our good friends at Buy Gold and Silver, as always. I love precious metals. I know, guys, it's going up. And you guys got to grab it. If you think gold is too much, buy a smaller amount of gold. If you think silver is affordable and it's finally going up after it's been like just controlled forever. So grab silver, grab precious metals, sit on it. And then when you really need cash, you could sell it and it'll be worth more money because the money you're not using in your bank is deteriorating. Mineral King, we love Pat Miltich. And he's just trying to help your soil, help you get rid of your all the what are those in use he's trying to get
parasites.
Parasites. There we go. Trying to get rid of parasites. Go check him out. We love Pat Miltich and we love the Mineral King. And finally, listen, guys, I thought I ran out of my chemical-free body, and I was freaking out. Dude, I love those supplements. I can't live without them. I can't recommend them enough to you. It is amazing. Congratulations, Tim James, on 10 years of service.
Nice.
And I'm very thankful that I get to partake in it because it's really good shit, and I think you should too. Check it out. It's really great. And yeah, man, get it going. Keep going down. Oh, real quick, 99% of the time he uses it. Our good friends go down
there,
at Brain Supreme. This guy's crushing it, okay? I mean, I don't care what you are. Sometimes you can't help a broken robot, okay? So you want to check it out. And guys, listen to me. If you're in recovery and your recovery isn't strong, hold off, okay? Get a nice foundation before you start trying to do any of this stuff. And I don't care who gets mad at me for saying that. I just want you guys to be safe. And this is great when you really have a control of your sobriety and stuff like that. It's just watch yourself, okay? Go down, keep going. There's all my stuff.
Your new special.
My radio shows, my specials. I got to get it up. Go down. I got to keep going up. Go up now a little bit. Oh, yeah, I got to get my new ones up there. I got 2 more. What do you want?
Hit that like button, subscribe, go check out my podcast. Actually marks the spot.
Is that the most educational show?
Number one. It's the number 1 podcast. We do a lot of things over there.
I thought it was the #1 conspiracy show.
I thought it's the #1 podcast that's most educational.
#1 educational, conspiracy, Mexican, #1 tatted female on the podcast.
There you go, buddy.
Damn.
There you go.
That's a lot of #1s.
Okay, that's great. Johnny, anything?
Broken Sim, check that out, please.
People like the lives, huh, Johnny?
Yeah, they seem to. I don't know why, but they do.
They really do. They love it. No matter how out of whacked I am and tired. Go check it out.
Yeah.
We've been doing a lot of it, and it's
youtube.com/Sam Tripoli. And please, if you leave us a 5-star review for Broken Sim, we will read that shit.
They don't. They really hate us on YouTube. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah, it's not.
It's just really sucks.
Dude,
it's better than it was, but
Los Angeles Dodgers are satanic. That's a comment.
I agree with that.
I don't agree. Oh, go Yankees! Get out of here, dude.
Yeah,
get out of here.
I don't agree with that.
So going back to Andrew Clinton real quick, I thought it was a great episode. He obviously came with the receipts and he did a great job. So I hope you guys check out 6G. I think it's a great podcast, and I think he's great, and he has an open door to come on anytime, and he's got deep research and blew my mind.
The Bell Laboratories thing, that was
nuts.
Wild. Yeah.
People just disappearing.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, yeah, he had a heart attack. Okay, can we have the body back so we can bury him? No, we don't know where it is.
It's also super interesting reading for me about Fort Bragg.
Oh, that's
when I grew up, all around there. My uncle worked there forever. He was in the Army and was all around there. And they, like a lot of the training grounds there, even in my hometown, there, like the old factories that moved away, those factories got bought by military private contractors that use it for training. And they would practice, there would be these special forces guys all around at night, You would see them, moving across the highway and doing weird, bombs would be, they had, drop zones around us, people jumping out of airplanes and shit.
I just grew up going off?
Yeah, at night. It's like munitions, not bombs probably, but explosions in the night and stuff. And you would it would be maneuvers, they called it. They're on maneuvers.
Did you see Middle Eastern crisis actors go?
No.
I gotta get a better job.
And they would hire locals to do that kind of shit,
Johnny,
be crisis actors. Yeah.
You'd put blackface on and be like, oh no.
No, I never did it, but I knew people who were involved in that shit. Yeah, and it was all the guys that they would build replicas of. You remember hearing about how they built a replica of the Bin Laden compound and trained on it for months and months? They would do that shit all the time around.
You've never been to Camp Pendleton, close to it? You can hear the explosions.
You can?
Yeah, they have it's like military stuff. You just hear
crazy ass shit, dude.
Yeah.
In fact, famously there were stories when I was growing up of the police not being properly informed about these activities and them getting in shootouts and with the military accidents and stuff. Yeah, that shit would happen. Yeah, in fact, let me see if I can pull up a story about that. Let's see.
That'd be crazy.
I don't know. Some of it. Deputy who shot troops talks to media. Let me see. This might not be the one.
Hey, man, I didn't know, bro.
No, this is Fayetteville, North Carolina. Okay, yeah. A sheriff's deputy said he believed his life was in danger when he mistakenly killed one soldier and wounded another during their Green Beret training exercise. This was in 2002. So, yeah, right when I was
Man, that's super tragic, but that guy's got a story.
Deputy Randall Butler said the soldiers were in civilian clothing, and he had no way of knowing they were taking part in a role-playing exercise when he shot them. I feared they were trying to kill me, he told the Charlotte Observer Wednesday, some years ago. I have known in the past that soldiers would be training in our wooded areas. Never have I known them to come out in the public like this. On Saturday, First Lieutenant Talis Tomini was killed and Sergeant Stephen Phelps was wounded. Phelps was in fair condition. This is interesting. Even as ambulances and more police officers arrived at the scene, Butler said the soldier he wounded would not mention the exercise, what they were doing. He never. You listening to this, Sam?
Yeah.
Even after these guys were shot, they wouldn't say what they were doing. These military guys. He never said a word. Butler said he didn't even budge.
I wonder what they were doing for him to shoot at them, type of thing. He said his life was.
Well, they had weapons out, and they were. It said that they've adopted new changes. The Green Berets now that they will no longer wear civilian clothes during role playing.
Yeah, no, you're right. Imagine seeing someone in civilian clothes with an AR.
Yeah, I mean, you
got to shoot back as a cop.
What are you doing, bro?
Yeah, you got to shoot back as a cop. You're like, who the f is this?
It is concerning that the cop murked the military. That's you know what I mean. That's kind of.
I mean, he's got a story to tell.
Yeah.
Well, that's like when the FBI gets pulled over by the cops. And the cops don't know that's an informant.
Yeah, I love one of the best videos is that FBI guy getting arrested. And like, I'm in the FBI. You heard it, man.
No, have you heard about wasn't it the guy that was harassing somebody at his door?
Yes, yeah. That's the guy. Yeah, and he ends up on the sidewalk, like face down. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I think we're going to have the civil rights lawyer on next month, and he does a lot of those videos like that. He's great.
All right, man. Great episode, Andrew. You crushed it, buddy. Or you can come on anytime. Let's enjoy these highlights.
Crazy funny ass episode here for you guys. Did David's gay lover kill Celeste? Did someone at the UFC have the actual boss to show a snuff film? And is this right here a stripper's birthday cake or her actual legs? What? Hopefully we don't get flagged by YouTube. As you can tell, it's a funny ass episode. Chili's already laughing. We'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back to the #1 podcast in the world. It's your boy XG Marks the Spot. And like always, I got my #1 producer / graphic designer, Chili Millie. Why are you laughing?
Huh? Number one.
Yeah, #1. Yeah, of course. And
I know.
Top it off, whoever's talking shit, dog. You don't like my burp. I mean, we do got a soundboard, but
I'm like, I should figure out which button it is. It is on one of these buttons.
Is it?
Yeah. Can I? Will it record?
I mean,
if I
press
push
it. If you have to.
Oh, maybe not.
No. Boo.
Last time it worked.
Maybe not.
It did.
It did?
Can you hear?
No, I don't have my headphones on.
Alright, if you guys can hear that, that's,
Burp, burp,
I don't know what that
burp.
is. I'm just playing classical music. That was weird. Do you know that you have that on there?
I mean, I know it has to.
Still doing it.
Tell her to stop.
Oh, tell her to stop.
Hey. Ya cálmate.
Can you back? I turned it down if it's just playing the whole entire time. Oh my god. I would have cried.
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm never doing this again. Anyways, so how was your weekend?
It was good, chill. A bunch of doom scrolling. I actually did go to Cairo's private happy birthday game. So I just want to say happy birthday to my homie, even though I think he gypped me.
It looked fun on your
Yeah,
video, on
it
your
looked
story.
fun because you didn't lose any money.
No.
Yeah, I lost $200, and then mid playing, I do some influencer content shit. I'm like, oh, let me show everybody where I'm at, and then I get hit up by homies telling me like, you're playing with 3 pros.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and I look at their Instagram, and they play like $15,000 like on the daily type of shit.
Was that pretty girl? She was good.
Her husband was a pro.
Oh.
Yeah, he took my money.
But was she good?
Is
there a lot of girls that are good? I saw Rob say that one chick was really good. The one from the movies. You didn't see that? He sent it. Like, it makes her so much hotter. It's the from Yes Man.
Oh, I didn't
The
know
one with
that.
the big boobs.
Oh, I forgot. Maybe I didn't look at that post. We sent each other a bunch of bullshit.
We do.
We do.
But it's like our girls usually like. She's really pretty.
It's crazy because girls do good because you think they're idiots on the table. Because
yeah, that's what I was like.
most guys have their ego on top of them.
Yeah.
And they're like, bro, I'm better than this.
Yeah.
So they come in really sneaky, and they come in sometimes like, I don't know, like there was some girl that came in like 30 minutes later with their boyfriend, and I don't know how real this was, but they came in with like, it's her first time playing. And the guy's a pro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bullshit. And she's like, well, I watch him play at his when he's playing online, and I'm serious. I'm telling you, I think Cairo took me there to be the fish. I was like, why am I the weakest player at the table right now? So I only lost 200. That's why I was like, I'll take my own.
That's your birthday present to him.
Yeah, happy birthday, Cairo.
That's
I was
funny.
the fish at your table.
That's hilarious.
But that was gay.
Yeah.
You know what else is gay? Whole weekend's gay, dude.
All right, so
gay.
You hit me up because you were like, hey, did you see that? They think David hired a hitman for the Celeste thing. Because, I mean, there's so many updates, but they're not, like, new updates.
They're just people milking the shit out of this on YouTube.
Pretty much.
It's annoying, yeah.
So,
but I fall for it every time.
Yeah. So I found this video. I don't have a clip of it, but I found this video of this guy, right? I don't have a video. I'm just
the
showing
private
this picture.
investigator?
Yeah. So the owner of the house hired a private investigator. And this dude, like, he can't say a lot because obviously, like, it's a crime. It's a criminal thingy. But he said that, like, he can identify who was driving the Tesla with the body in it. And they think that he was going to do something sadistic. But what they think is that David has a personal assistant, this little Asian dude named Neil. And they think that was his boyfriend because, like, you know how he has his anime? He's in the anime, and like they write little like comments to each other, like flirty comments underneath it.
Okay.
And then after all this happened, put it on you. After all this happened, after all of it happened, he unfollowed him, and then like he won't say anything about it. Like you know, like David like won't reply or like about it.
Yeah.
This little Asian kid did the same thing too. But I have a video of him. I don't have like obviously a video of him talking. I mean, I just have a video of him talking.
Like that e-boxing, you know? Sorry. Oh, no, she's not like a stripper, so I have to. No, don't clip that, and I'm not being here. But no, don't. If you could clip that, crop me out. Crop me out.
I didn't see the thing where it says David acting sus.
Wait, it's your boy Skinny is here. Shout out Neo. Shout out Neo the Asian on everything. Go follow. We're repping the plug again, bro. Hashtag I love clout. Why y'all at David's house? How's it y'all meet on Grindr? Like that e-boxing, Neo? Sorry. Oh, no, she's not like a stripper, so I have to. No, don't clip that, and I'm not being here. But no, don't. If you could clip that, crop me out. Crop me out. Whoa!
See.
Wait, it's your boy Skinny is here.
Surprised that there's like a video.
Shout out
It's
Neo.
like the.
So they think it was him.
But what's funny, it's the perfect time to kind of act gay. You got a
This was before.
No, but you have an I love boobs T-shirt.
Yeah.
Like perfect time to be kind of gay. Oh no, I'm not gay. Look at my shirt.
I'm not
No,
gay, and
still
I'm not
gay.
and I'm not a perfect shirt. For
Yeah,
it.
perfect shirt.
So
Yeah,
I guess
dude.
it's just not funny, but
creepy.
yeah.
They need to arrest someone in that case, and I'm getting kind of annoyed.
It's getting annoying, but
Yeah,
now like
arrest
there's
someone.
a new element each time. Like now this is a whole new one. Like he's gay. Is he like what
They're
happened?
mixing up. That's what they want, Chili. It's just the same thing with Charlie Kirk. They just want to throw so much bullshit where you don't know what the sticks. Nothing's sticking. Who the knows? We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows.
Yeah, it's like a movie.
Dude, they have a gag order now. You hear about that?
No, what?
The gag order where technically, what's his name? Kash Patel told everybody you're not allowed to speak about the Charlie Kirk thing.
Shut up.
And Candace Owens obviously said, "Go, you can't gag order."
I
I don't know if it meant for every. No, he's talking about anybody that was there. Like if you saw
What?
the
You
event,
can't interview nobody?
Supposedly, I don't really know the gag order. I sent it to my sister. I was like, "What the f is this up about?" And I haven't got hit up. But there is a gag order. I don't know who it's about, but they don't want people talking about the Charlie Kirk case because supposedly it's going to affect the trial.
No.
But no,
Oh my God,
get
'cause
the
no
fuck
one's ever
out of
heard about
here.
it?
Yeah,
That's
you want it's
crazy.
going to affect the trial because it wasn't Tyler Robinson.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there's a little bit of gag order.
I didn't know they could do that.
Yeah, so.
Why didn't they do that to Diddy? That's crazy. Anyways, that's crazy. Did you see this as a UFC thing or sounded?
Oh yeah, no. That shit came up on my feed too. You know, Swarm. Swarm send it to me. Thank you. Not for real though. I love when you guys send me crazy shit. But this is a crazy ass video. Mid UFC fight, some guy pulls up a video of some girl that's like a hostage.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Pretty ballsy. I don't know what the move is.
This is the most disturbing UFC walkout ever, because while this fighter was making his way to the octagon, a man in the crowd flashed a photo on his phone and quickly pulled it away, but the camera caught it. The image appeared to show someone being held hostage, apparently a bloody woman, injured and possibly tortured. Authorities are now investigating who this man is. Do you think this was a dark prank or something actually serious?
Here's a clip from the latest Broken Sim. Trump, since we last recorded, went to Israel on his little victory tour for the Israeli peace thing, and just said some of the most disappointing things we've seen him say since he took office. I mean, it's the last nail in the coffin for anybody that was trying to defend him or give him the benefit of the doubt.
Oh my God.
It started with this, where he's done this before, but praising the Adelsons, who we know are just evil.
I just look at them. They just tell me what to do, and I ask how.
It's so confusing. I thought I hit play. Wow.
Broken promises from many other American presidents. You know that they kept promising. I never understood it until I got there. There was a lot of pressure put on these presidents. It was put on me too, but I didn't
Obvious what he's talking about there, by the way.
yield to the pressure. But every president for decades said, we're going to do it. The difference is I kept my promise and officially recognized the capital of Israel and moved the American embassy to Jerusalem.
He's got Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
He's like, look at
Isn't
her.
that right, Miriam?
Is that right, Miriam?
Look at Miriam.
Look at Miriam. She scares children.
If you don't know, this is Miriam Adelson, Sheldon Adelson's wife.
Stand up. Stand up. Let's take a look at you. Stand up.
Miriam and Sheldon would come into the office. They'd call me.
They'd be like, we're coming over.
I think they had more trips to the White House than anybody else.
How concerning is that?
So innocently. She's got 60 billion in the bank, 60 billion. And I think she's saying no more. And she loves Israel, but she loves it, and they would come in, and her husband was a very aggressive man.
Make
but
me
I loved
suck them off.
He was a very aggressive,
I
very
loved
supportive of me. And he'd call up, can I come over and see you? I say, Sheldon, I'm the president of the United States. It doesn't work that way. He'd come in.
He'd still come in, though.
But they were very responsible for so much, including getting me thinking about Golan Heights, which is probably one of the greatest things to ever happen to Israel. Miriam, stand up, please.
Miriam.
She really is. I mean, she loves this country. She loves this country. Her and her husband are so incredible. We miss him so dearly. But I actually asked her, I'm going to get her in trouble with this, but I actually asked her once, I said, so Miriam, I know you love Israel. What do you love more, the United States or Israel? She refused to answer. That means, that might mean Israel, I must say.
Yeah, it does.
That was an uncomfortable joke. Right? He realized how bad he messed up right there.
Yes. Yeah.
He's like,
you can see it.
Shouldn't have said that. Not a good joke.
So, and then here is the
I have
other.
that man in Israel. Can we set that out?
Here's the other thing from that same speech that is just disgusting. This is him talking to Bibi. Hold on.
Weapon, that weapon, some of them I never heard of, Bibi, and I made them. But we'd get them here, wouldn't we? And they are the best. They are the best. But you used them well. It also takes people that know how to use them. And you obviously used them very well. But so many that Israel became strong and powerful, which ultimately led to peace. That's what led to peace.
I mean, just delusional.
I mean, Bibi would call me so many times, can you get me this weapon, that weapon, that...
And that's how it started. But yeah, I mean, it's just... It's clear.
If you'd like to hear the rest of this episode, subscribe to Broken Simulation in your podcasting app or check us out at youtube.com/Sam Tripoli.
Go deep, homeboy. Aaron, open your mind. Drink from the fountain of knowledge. There's lizard people everywhere. That's some interdimensional shit. Wake up, Aaron.
This is only the beginning.
Dude, you just blew my mind.
Tinfoil hack, tinfoil hack, tinfoil hack.